Floyd and he was me, he would never have to fight again because that exhibition shit, as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it,
right?
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
right.
well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes. Got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it. This channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdueboxing shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. "4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the family. How y'all feeling on this good Thursday? And we back. We get boxing is just due. How we always do. Y'all already know. Smash the like button on the way in. Sub to the channel. Share the live. Turn your notifications on. Come jump in the chat. Come tell me what's on your mind. You get me? We gonna build on this boxing. We gonna have some fun as we always do. Y'all already know. Another week almost out the way, man. I think it was cool to get a card in the middle of the week. You know, a lot of people make fun and make jokes out of, you know, guys fighting on any other day outside of Saturday, right? But to get you know, boxing on a damn Wednesday, man, I enjoyed it. I think it was fun. We needed it, you know. We needed it. We got the return to keep one-time Thurman, man. And he delivered, man. You know, he stayed true to the nickname this fight, man. That was my only question for the most part going into this fight. Well, too, what was his conditioning like, right? Because as long as he had his legs, I knew he'd be fine. And I just wanted to know, would he knock this guy out? You get me? I wanted to know because it's been a long time coming before he stopped somebody, right? It was since 2014. So, you know, that KO has avoided and evaded Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? And so has him being in the ring, right? He's been inactive for the better part of the last handful of years or so, right? We seen Keith Thurman once here, once there. So he's been hella inactive, man. And on top of that, he was moving up to another weight class. So, you know, people had some questions, and I think a lot of them, most of them fair. You know what I mean? For the people that say Keith Thurman was done, like done, you know, maybe y'all got to rethink that today. I understand it was Brock Jarvis. It's not one of the top guys at 54, but shit, you know, it was Keith Thurman first time fighting at 54 since his pro debut, some shit like that. So, you know, he had questions of his own to answer, right? And with all that inactivity, you just never know what to expect come fight night. So for me, man, I've always said this. I like Keith Thurman. I think he's good for boxing. I think a healthy Keith Thurman is what boxing need, man. We could use a healthy Keith Thurman in the sport, man. Let me say what's up to the people. I know we getting closer to 1 million likes. We gotta be. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button, sub to the channel. We're gonna keep the build going. Ozell, what it do? First in the chat. Dev over Jose. Jordan, what it do, homie? I think Frank was scared of tank power. And watch this. Shout out to my baby girl. Miss Just Do the Queen is in the building. How you feeling? How you feeling, baby girl? I'll bring my camera up in just a second, y'all. Bear with me, but we gonna get to this build. We're going to talk this boxing. I know Keith Thurman ain't the hot topic, but I'd be damned if I don't give him his just due. It's just I wouldn't be me if I didn't give Keith Thurman his just due. So, my apologies. I didn't make it here yesterday, but we back like we never left, and we going to get this boxing build going, man. We gonna warm up the seats, and we going to get it going, man. I think Keith deserves his just due, man. Like I said, he is by far in the top list of one of the absolute most disrespected one-loss fighters in the sport that we have today. Like Keith Thurman, hands down, one of the most disrespected fighters. Like I've heard people straight up, flat out say, Keith Thurman, man, F him, man. He always injured. He need to retire. He just need to go commentate. I don't even know why he keep hanging around. He always hurt. He might as well F him. He might as well retire. He stay injured. He can't get in the ring. Blah, 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 blah. All he do is talk. It's like this dude received a lot of flack, and you would have thought Keith Thurman was like some hype job that was supposed to be good, supposed to be a knockout artist, and ended up like getting injured before he could fulfill his potential. Nah, that wasn't the case. Keith Thurman, before the injury started like really affecting him inside the ring, having him, have to pull out and spend significant time off. Until then, he was up until then, he was looked at as one of the best fighters in the world. Definitely one of the best welterweights in all of boxing. So for me, like, I get it. This is a microwave society. It's, a lot of people are prisoners of the moment. It's what have you done for me lately? I get all of that, but I don't look at it like that because boxing is such a tough sport that, at any given time, you could find yourself injured and on the sideline dealing with some inactivity, having to rehab and things like that. So I commend Keith Thurman for consistently staying down, not going off the deep end, not getting all out of shape and ruining his body further to the point where he couldn't even return. So it's deeper than just this one fight. And that's why I say I'm going to talk about it today. I'm a little late with this convo, but we ain't never late. We always on time. So we're going to give Keith Thurman his just due. We're going to talk about what's next potentially for this dude and what makes sense, man. We're going to have us a good build on this topic today, man. Jordan, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Just to get it started, I appreciate the support. Family as always.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well, I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my dog, Jordan. Cash Sports, the box historian in the building. What's good, bro? How you feeling? 2 cents in the building. Fight, sport, talk. What it do? Spence fans ain't rocking with Keith, right? And I think they all need to reconsider that. Spence included. He number one. We gonna get to that too. 2 cents, man. Hey, look, it's just his boxing, and it's crazy how the tables turn and things change, situations and circumstances change, time, go past, and things start to make sense all over again. But we're gonna get to this. So, Keith Thurman went out there this past Wednesday and, yesterday and had himself a show. You get me? Like I said, he been out the ring for so long. The last time we seen him was Mario Barrios. He boxed his way to a unanimous decision, beat Barrios up pretty handily all throughout the rounds. Walked up out of there with a UD. You get me? But since then, he's been inactive. He was slated to fight Tim Tszyu. Ended up having to pull out close to the fight due to injury. Tim Tszyu went on, fight Fundora, ended up getting split, gash in his head. We know the whole story. The belt changed hands. Fundora snatched the belt up. And then Tim Tszyu came back and got pieced up by Mortez Aliyev. You know what I'm saying? And that was all bad for him. So, now he find himself rebounding against Joey Spencer coming up. And we had Keith Thurman going there against Brock Jarvis. And like I said, man, if you look at Brock Jarvis and where he's from and different things like that, like he fights predominantly at home. Like, you get what I'm saying? He don't fight. He ain't crossing the pond a lot, is what I'm saying, right? It's a lot of at home, and you fighting a certain level of competition that not truly testing you. You get what I'm saying? That's all. You fighting subpar guys. That domestic level, whatever you want to call it over there. And I always knew that. Like, if you just go up and down his resume, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You'll see where most of his fights are at, and you'll understand that. That's cool when you could build a fan base up like that, right? For sure. But those are a bunch of winnable fights. And the downside to that is those dudes don't truly test you in the way that a guy like Keith Thurman is going to test you. So, yeah, it was cool to build your record up some. And, it looked good. He only had the one loss. He had one loss just like Keith Thurman. So it looked a certain way, right? You know what I'm saying? Look a certain way. But when you scrape the surface, past the surface, and you see the level of competition he's been facing as opposed to the level of competition that Keith Thurman's been facing, then you will know it was night and day. Brock came in strong, 22-1, 20 KOs. It looked good, right? He only got one loss. You feel like anybody could get stopped one time, right? But then if you go look and see who he fought, you'll see that he fought Liam Parrow, and he got stopped in one round. You know what I'm saying? Definitely got to salute him. Through the injuries, he just kept it going. You get what I'm saying, George? Holding the grudge, man. I'm telling you, bro. They were holding a grudge on Thurman for getting hurt, bro. So, you look at the record of Brock Jarvis, you like, he got a lot of knockouts and mostly all knockouts in his wins, bro. But like I said, just look at the level of competition. You'll understand that shit is exactly what it is. If Keith Thurman fought the same level of competition that Brock Jarvis fought, I think he'll have 100% KO ratio. You get me? No disrespect to none of those guys, but it's just levels in boxing, and we know that. So when he did finally take his step-up fight, in my opinion, which was the step-up, Liam Parrow, and, Brock Jarvis fought Liam Parrow, like I said, got stopped in one round, got a couple bounce-back wins, you know what I mean? And then he finally stepped up again with Keith Thurman. And we kind of knew what to expect. He never been on the stage like that. He never fought that type of talent. Nobody near that level of, of talent. And Keith Thurman, right? It was like something he's never seen before. Do I got this little clip in here with Keith Thurman? Keith Thurman, man, was working, man. Keith did his thing. He was having a ball, y'all. You gotta love it. You gotta love it for one time, man. He was having some fun with it, bro. Gotta love to see it. They was calling this dude, once upon a time Thurman, all types of stuff. Sometime Thurman, that you name it, they was calling him it. So to see him get a knockout, and I get it, it ain't the craziest opponent in there, but it was never gonna be that. He already was gonna face a dangerous guy anyway in Tim Tszyu before he end up getting injured again. And I think I said it then when it happened, on the surface, it's a bummer because he don't get a chance to go in there, showcase his talent. He did all that training just to get hurt again, right? But I think it made sense for him, in a sense, to get like a lighter touch, kind of just shake off, get the juices flowing a little bit, go a couple rounds. It didn't go far, went 3 rounds, but he got the stoppage. It's a mental thing, right? His confidence got to grow from that fight. He was able to, just go out there and do what he do. And he hadn't done that in quite some time. So it does something for his confidence. That's what you want to see with Keith Thurman, right? You want to see him as confident as possible going into his next fight, because I think as he continue to try to stay active and keep busy through this latter part of his career, it's only going to get tougher, right? He talking about guys like Tim Tszyu. He mentioned the likes of Errol Spence. We're going to talk about that as well. But, you know, first things first, he had to get back in the ring and get a win. And this was as impressive as you could do it, right? I think he set his shots up really well. The uppercut that he landed to hurt this dude and drop him was ridiculous, man. You could see that his power's still there. And let's talk about it, man. If Keith Thurman at 154 looked good. He looked good at 154. I get it. Brock Jarvis. Who is he? Who is he? I understand. But, you know, physically, performance-wise, I like what I seen from Keith Thurman. He looked healthy. He still got his legs. He still got some spring and bounce in his step, right? He still got some conditioning about him. It didn't go deep, but he handled business fairly, you know, easy, smooth, right? Got hit with some shots here or there, but it's boxing. You've been off for what, about 3 years or so. So you're going to get hit with some shots, but it wasn't nothing too crazy. So I think he boxed smart. He showed you that he still got some tread left on that tire. So it's going to get interesting to see where he go. Can he really be a player at 54? Because at the top, even right up under that top, is some shark infested waters there. And can he swim amongst them sharks at 54? We gonna get an opportunity to find out. Shout out to my baby girl Jewelry. Not gonna outdo me. Support Jusdueboxing, man. He a real one. And I'm not just saying it. Best show on YouTube at 4 p.m. You know it, baby girl. Best show at 4 p.m. in the land. Shout out to my baby girl. Imagine Earl asks to Thurman to do something, bro. Man, that'd be crazy. Trey Skills, my guy, what it do? Aunt McQueen, the professor, and most importantly, got through a camp without any major setback. That's a fact. Bruce Gas, peace to the OG. Said 420, Cal Cooley, blessings, family. How you feeling, bro? Boxing expert, what it do? Cornelius, what's good with it? Put the gloves on this right now. You get me? Keith was on it, man. Keith was on it, man. Hey, man, Keith was on it, bro. Keith was on it. Shout out to my dog behind the hands, TV. My brother used to have criticized Keith to his face and went back and forth with him. I respect Keith for taking my criticism. But a KO after a 3-year layoff deserves a salute. That's a fact. Double salute to Keith Thurman. Shout out to my dog behind the hands, TV. Appreciate that support on me. Yes, man. Yes, man. Definitely deserves a salute. And I definitely wanted to make sure I came here and gave him his proper credit, his proper just due, his proper salute. I like the way Keith looked at 54, you know, with the years layoff. Like I said, he could have been beating his body up. Kello was good on me. How you feeling, bro? He could have beat his body up, mistreated himself. He could have put himself in a situation where he wouldn't even been able to get in there and get through a fight. So to see him, like Ant said, to get through a training camp with no major setbacks, to actually get in there and get a few rounds in, you know what I mean, get hit with some shots, right, and get you a knockout, something that's evaded you since 2014, right? I know a lot of that. It just feels good to get the ball rolling. So not to overstate the win, but to just put it in its proper context for Keith Thurman being a, I think 36-year-old guy at this point. You know what I mean? It just goes to show you that you know he has something. He got something left. So where he go from here? Let's see it. Like I said, he mentioned Tim Tszyu. I heard him mention that. You know, they already was supposed to line that up. Tim Tszyu got some smoke and some business to handle with Joey Spencer. But I like how Keith looked. Like I say, good shape. He didn't look bad at all to be moving up with that time off. And like I said, maybe the injury and the setback did him some good. Maybe he was able to kind of continue to grind and keep working. And like I said, man, I know that shit got to be difficult when this is how you eat, right? This is what you do for a living, and you find yourself, you get what I'm saying? I'm constantly getting hurt, man. You start to question shit, right? If you should even be doing this. So, like, for him to stay down until he came up, man, that's what I love to hear, man. So it's only up for him, the old vet, man. The old vet did it. He stayed true to his nickname. One time he went out there and clipped this guy, man. Got him up out of there. Got that knockout. He looked solid up there. And I know it's tough to truly judge because we don't rate Brock Jarvis highly at all at 54. So I understand that. But just to see him get the work done, pick the right shot, set him up well, right, and just get his man hurt and close the show, still showing you he got something, bro. So how much of that something he got, we gonna find out as he continue to get in there. So I like that Errol Spence talk. I get it, man. He didn't fight Errol Spence back in the day, blah, blah, blah. But it's like at this point, how long are we going to be mad at that? Like, at what point do we just be like, so what? Like, that was just water under the bridge at this point. So much has changed since then where we can't even go back no more. We can't go back. All types of shit done happened since they didn't fight. So what I'm saying is now, I truly understand Errol Spence stance. Like, yo, this dude had an opportunity to fight me. He didn't do it. The hell with him, right? I get that. But at the end of the day, man, it's boxing. And I think the tables have turned in a way where y'all could low-key kind of need each other, man. You know what I mean? Y'all kind of like, what y'all gonna do? Because y'all in the same weight class, allegedly, right? Supposedly. I mean, I just don't see why it wouldn't make sense. All that, we was rocking with Earl 100% when he was talking about how he ain't gonna fight him and different things like that. We was cool with that. But I think now, if you being honest, if you looking at it now, you got to be real with yourself and say, look, you might need that guy a little more than you think. You get what I'm saying? Like, it just don't make sense. It don't make sense. It don't make sense to not fight him, right? I don't see how many things, like how many other fights make more sense. You get what I'm saying? Like, all that ego shit and being mad is over with. Like, you at a point where it's no going back. Y'all both, climbing to y'all mid-30s. Keep Thurman 36, still got something left, right? He got a loss. You got one loss. Y'all both dealt with so much inactivity, so many questions looming and surrounding y'all careers. Keith gonna still have to answer questions. He didn't answer every question in that one fight because that level of competition wouldn't allow him to answer every question that we got for him, but he answered some of the basic questions that we had for Keith Thurman, right? And it looked like he's still able to go out there and perform at a high enough level where you're gonna have to beat Keith up to beat him, right? Like, it ain't he ain't just laying down. But Errol Spence, like I said, it makes more sense than it ever did. Like, the history behind it, the fact that so many people feel like you just sold on not fighting him. Why not revisit that shit and fight him and beat his ass? He talking about fighting you in Dallas. Like, sat up in an interview and talked about that. I'm going to play the little clip of it towards the end where he started talking about, the potential fight between the two. But I think it might be like, look, and that could be possible too. He might be. But all I'm saying, if it's any way that Errol Spence is coming back and he's still looking like he needed an opponent, man, I think Keith Thurman is it. Is all I'm saying, y'all. You seen the difficulty that he had for one reason or another to the point where Fundora had to move on. You get what I'm saying? So you just got other shit going on where it's like, what you gonna do? Are you gonna still come back and try to fight Fundora? Like, I'm telling you, low key, I think this fight could, like, I don't know, breathe some life back into either of these guys' careers. Whoever win. It'll still be a good win. Think about it, y'all. Regardless of what people think about Keith Thurman, he been beat one time, and that's by Manny Pacquiao. And it's never gonna be no shame in that. You get what I'm saying? So I just don't. I was pushing. I was with it. I was with Earl all the way, but now things have changed so much to the point where it's not even realistic to take potential opportunities off the table for you when you're in a situation that Earl has been in. I'm not saying I got all the answers and I know the ins and outs of his situation. Facts, 2 cents. It's time for him to let up off some of that stubbornness and say, you know what? I should beat his ass after all this time. You get what I'm saying? I should beat his ass after all this time. Like, because there's no need. Like, the shit that happened before, there's no need to harp over it. Like, y'all both in a division. Like, look at it this way. If Keith Thurman had a belt, right, and you fought and got a belt, would you fight him then? If it was a unit, you get what I'm saying? If he was in your way, so treat it like he in your way. Use him as a stepping stone, so to speak, or a get back fight, however you want to look at it. You don't like tune-ups. I think you could look at Keith Thurman respectfully and say that's not a tune-up level fight, right? You get me? I don't have all the answers, y'all. I'm just having a real conversation about, I think, how that fight makes more sense now than it ever did. You get what I'm saying? Y'all both done, y'all both very accomplished. Y'all both done lost. You know what I mean? Keith Thurman was counted out. He bounced back. He had a solid win this past Wednesday. You understand what I'm saying? Errol Spence is trying to get back. We root for EJ. We want to see that man win too. But I'm just saying, this fight is not a bad thing, bro. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad fight. And I think it honestly is sell. Bro. Those fight with Pac. You get what I'm saying? That close ass fight, bro. It's a close fight at that. It was a split decision. Come on, man. Like EJ, we rock with him. We love him, man. We rock with him through and through. But I think it's time to revisit this. I think it's time to look at Keith Thurman like, you know what? I think it's time to beat your ass. I'm going to use you to get back. You got to think y'all on the same side. Keith Thurman is really making a case for fighting you in Dallas, where people don't want to do. You get what I'm saying? Go get that, man. Go get that shit. I love to see it, bro. Like, look, if you got another hoorah in you and you trying to come back, you don't like tune-ups, and you the man, you want to fight in Dallas, they love it. Fight Keith Thurman in Dallas right now. I think it. Listen, I ain't no numbers guy, but I think people would be interested. You know, fans, especially the casual fan, are prisoners of the moment. All they seen was Keith Thurman go out there and knock somebody out in 3 rounds. Now you talking about he gonna fight Errol Spence coming back off the loss of Terrence Crawford, the fallout with the Fundora fight. Now you got Earl in the mix and the Dallas fight with Keith. Man, I'm just saying, bro. I don't think it's a bad idea for a guy that's trying to get back in the mix. I don't think so. Get me? Trey Scales, appreciate the support, homie. Said everybody's talking about how good Keith looks. I heard Bachram is looking for a opponent. Chill out, man. Hey, Trey, chill, man. Bro, you gotta chill. Hold on, bro. Not so fast, bro. Not so fast, Trey. Hold on. We try to see something real quick first. Damn, don't send them there yet. Tell Bachram to just chill out for a little second, man. Keep trying to do some things, man. You know. Omega Red, what it do, homie? He said, nah, Errol. Men stand behind their word. Damn the fans. Yeah, but I think this is deeper than just it being his word for me. Like, your word was understood. Your point was made. I think all the fans was understanding of why you wasn't looking to fight him after the fact. We get it. But I think now that situations and circumstances change so much, to me, the way I would look at it is a guy that's looking to come back. You get what I'm saying? And shout out to my guy, Omega Red. Stressed Out Boxing. What's good with it, bro? A guy that's looking to bounce back and he has the no, I don't want any tune-up type of approach. You essentially remove an option off the table for yourself, right? Why do that? Why not leave all your options on the table? Think about it. Like what I'm saying in terms of making a fight and it just being easy. Y'all dealing with the same people. You get what I'm saying? And who better to bounce back with? You could literally use this dude as a stepping stone, a building block to catapult you to where you trying to go next, right? If you Errol Spence, I don't see enough reasons nowadays to not fight him. Before, when he didn't give you the shot and then it turned around and you was like, nah, we was all with it, we got it. But now it's like you don't have the belts. He don't have the belts. Y'all both got one loss. Y'all both deal with injuries and activity. The fans essentially throwing y'all both away at the one loss. It's so much in that to me from a boxing standpoint that I look at that and say, I just don't see enough reasons to be like, yeah, nah, Errol, don't fight that dude. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's been times guys that have not, given opportunities or fought guys, and then that shit changed down the line when shit just look different. So that's all I'm saying. That's just an easier fight to make. It's another opponent for you. And for if you're a heavy Errol Spence guy, you think he can beat the dude. So, all to be forgotten. Go out there and use this dude as a stepping stone, or a building block to get exactly where you're trying to go. I just don't see the harm in it, right? I don't see how you're not above that opportunity. Keith Thurman is still a name. He only lost once like you, and it was to Pacquiao, a guy that you was going to fight. That, you ended up having a retina and couldn't get the fight. So you get what I'm saying? It's a lot there. You know what I'm saying? And especially with Keith Thurman having some success just yesterday, getting his knockout, you know what I mean? Kind of get people chirping again. One time he's back. So it's like, that's all I'm saying. And, Earl looking to bounce back. And it's an easy fight to make, especially when you got Keith Thurman in interviews talking about, you know, he's willing to fight him or how it would be in Dallas. So that's all I'm saying. It just seemed like all the stage is setting itself up just for that to be a potential opportunity, right? Because you still got to look at it like EJ just going to stay stubborn to what he been on. But just think about it. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just something to consider. That's all. Like, it's an opportunity for him. And I don't feel like, as on some boxing shit, I don't feel like he's above it. Like, the circumstances no longer are the same, whereas, like, you would be just giving him an opportunity. It's like now y'all kind of need each other in a different way, right? Because y'all taking the losses. Like I said, people counted you out. You dealt with injuries. You dealt with inactivity, right? You in a situation where you're trying to bounce back. And what's the easy way to do it? When you talking about business and putting on a fight that probably would do some good numbers, especially because it's a microwave society. People are prisoners of the moment. They seen Keith Thurman go out there and get that knockout. For some people, that's like, yeah, one time he back, yes. Throw him in there with EJ. That's all I'm saying. And I ain't no matchmaker. I ain't saying I know what's going on with EJ. We know what he said. But I just think it's a, you know, boxing wise, I think it's a solid fight to make. I don't think it's a bad idea to consider it. You know what I'm saying? So he wants that background smoke. He definitely did. Banks, what it do, homie? Law first fight for EJ at 154 should be Keith Thurman. I'm telling you. Ashley's corner. What it do, cuzzo? How you feeling? What Frank about to do? It's a little clip where SAMPSON Lukowitz, he talked about Frank and Edwin de los Santos possibly fighting for May or something like that. All things. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Mr. Grandy said Thurman. Errol Spence Jr. is the next fight to make. LaMarcus, what it do, homie? Eric, what's good, bro? Errol is done. I mean, look, that's if that's how you see it, that's how you see it. Again, for me, if in fact Errol Spence still has fights in him, if in fact Errol Spence is still looking to return, if in fact, like, you know, he finds himself back into the ring and it's an opponent that he's looking for, being that his initial plan of fighting Sebastian Fundora fell out. He's no longer fighting Fundora. Fundora moved on. He's fighting Cordell Booker. And look, again, y'all, again, man, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Peace to the Queen, Lisa. Let's keep going. Again, y'all, look how circumstances and situations change. Cordell Booker is about to fight Sebastian Fundora. Do y'all remember when he tagged Errol Spence? I don't know. I think it might have been a fight poster or something like that. Tagged Errol Spence about to fight or something like that. And Errol Spence was like, man, I ain't fighting you, fam. I ain't even going to lie. Like, I ain't fighting. We ain't fighting. Like, and everybody was laughing, kind of clowned him. Like, oh, man, he think he fighting Errol. He's literally about to fight the dude Errol was going to fight. He about to fight Sebastian Fundora. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's boxing. Nobody is too good for nobody. The dude that you like you kind of laughed him off like, dude, I'm not fighting you. He about to fight Fundora. Seriously, he is. Seriously. And whether you think he's going to win or not, the opportunity is still there for him to go out there and make the most of it, right? But that was a legit guy that tagged Errol Spence. Errol Spence was like, I ain't fighting you. Now you fighting Fundora. You see? And then Errol is on the outside. See what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is just don't take opportunities off the table for yourself. If an opportunity is something that you need to get yourself back into the mix, is it, you know, you're not a tune-up guy. You want a name? Man, use Keith Thurman. That's a name. That's the epitome of what you're looking for, right? He don't look like a super world beater. You wouldn't say that after beating Brock Jarvis. You still got some questions for Keith Thurman. And I think the remaining questions that we have for Keith Thurman may or may not get answered with a guy like Errol Spence, right? If Errol is to come back. Let me put that out there because people are going to say he done. But that's exactly my point. They said the same shit about Keith too. Said Keith was done too. He might as well go get a job commentating. Now, look, not saying you all the way back like yesteryear would have went over Brock Jarvis, but that was the same sentiments. People were saying Keith Thurman was done too. See what I'm saying? And he only lost one time. So just got to see, man. Errol ain't gave up on himself. I ain't going to give up on him. I mean, I know it's a long shot. The longer he take and the vision is less and less clear as the longer he take to make a decision and get back. But just got to wait and see, man. I ain't going to count him out just yet. Cut Creator was good with it. Like Spence never said he's never fighting Thurman. Yeah, we've been saying that. But we ain't. Well, look, I'm speaking for myself. I'm doing this. I'm speaking for myself today. Randall, what it do, homie? What's good with it? Say he don't look like he training for a fight. He need to be. Thurman and Spence would catch a lot of heat, but it would be a good fight. I think it'd just be senseless, right? Because like, who is Fundora a better name than Keith Thurman? You get what I'm trying to say? And that's who you was going to fight. You get what I'm saying? Cordell Booker was a laughable possible opponent for Errol, but that same laughable opponent is now, fighting Fundora, who Errol was looking to come back off. So all I'm saying is, if you're a real boxing fan, I don't see how you can't see why this fight would make some sense right now. Unless you think Errol Spence is above fighting Keith Thurman because he's still mad about some shit from years ago. I'm not jacking that, man. That's old shit, man. That's old. Don't take opportunities off yourself. Let's say hypothetically you come back and you win a title and keep winning a title, he'd be in your way anyway. You would have to end up fighting. You get what I'm saying? If that's what you really on. So I don't know. I don't want to look too far ahead. All I'm saying is, and I stand on it because I think I'm very logical and reasonable. We was all behind Earl when he was talking about not fighting Keith Thurman after we see the way Keith Thurman dealt with him when his shoe was on the other foot. We get that. But this is no longer that situation. This is an accidents later, a loss later, a fight cancellations later, more injuries later. Like, it's so much shit that changed since then where I no longer see it the way I did a few years ago. I don't look at it like that. So all I'm saying is it's a good fight. You don't want to tune up, fight Keith Thurman. You inactive, you've been inactive, you lost once, you looking for a name opponent, you looking for somebody that people will respect, right? You get what I'm saying? Why? Like, how? He literally kind of rejuvenated things a little bit in the conversation with the win. I get it. It's Brock Jarvis, but it's easy. You get what I'm saying? It's easy to see that fighter makes some type of sense. That's all, man. I'm cool with backing Earl all them years ago. But now I'm looking at it different, dude. And all I'm saying is he makes it sound like he ain't done yet. I ain't giving up just yet. It's the people giving up on him. The people saying he done and retiring. Errol Spence ain't said it yet. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Errol Spence is not against above making that fight. Like I said, think about what I just said to y'all. Cordell Booker was laughed at when he suggested that he'd fight Errol Spence. Laughed at. You get what I'm saying? Now look how the tables turn. He was laughed at. Now he's currently in line to fight Sebastian Fundora next. It is him, Cordell Booker, who's a pretty good fighter, by the way. You get what I'm saying? Pretty damn good fighter, by the way. But I guess people don't like him. Shout out to the Queen Aisha. How you feeling today? Mike Ryan, what it do, homie? You get me? You get Cuzzo, I think it's a good fight. You get me? I like it, man. I like the fight. I like it. You know what I mean? I like it. But listen, I can't make no decisions for him. I'm just having a conversation, y'all, and it's genuine. I think it's a good fight. If Spence could come back, if he don't want tune-ups, right? He don't want to waste the people's time. I don't think Errol Spence and Keith Thurman would be wasting anybody's time. I mean, it's past the point where it was at once upon a time, but shit, it's boxing. Samuel, what it do, homie? Kind of loco TV. What's good, bro? How you feeling without Bud? Earl was fighting Thurman anyway. Right. So and then look, you get what I'm saying? Low key, y'all. Low key. Outside of Terrence Crawford, him fighting Keith Thurman probably be what, his second biggest fight? You get what I'm saying? Just think about it name-wise. Think about it, y'all, name-wise. Everybody that Errol Spence's fought Keith Thurman right now, that'd be like, what, the second biggest fight of his career? Even at this stage. You get what I'm saying? Even at this stage, they probably make some good money together. And I'm going to play the little clip. I'm going to play the ending of it when Keith Thurman, started talking about it a little bit. You get me? So I'm just throwing something out there. I think it makes sense. Earl, man, I hope he changed his mind with his stubborn ass, but I get it. But at the end of the day, if he, in fact, is still coming back, I think Keith Thurman is a realistic option. I do. If he's still thinking about coming back, if 54 is where he's coming back to, if an opponent is what he needs, if a tune-up is what he's looking to avoid, all signs point to Keith Thurman to me, bro. Sorry, I'm just making my case, y'all. I get it. Some of y'all like, hell no, Just. But can y'all tell me that would be a waste of time for y'all to see it? Because, like, what would be the better fight for him? You get what I'm saying? It's a little history that was there because of the fight not taking place. It'll get settled once and for all. It won't be Errol going back on his word to me. Like, it just, I won't look at it that way. This shit is boxing. Shit changed. Like, when you was in that driver's seat, nah, you know, fighting Keith Thurman would have probably been you helping him out. But I think it's time to help yourself out. And what better way to do it than to use a guy that didn't give you the opportunity? Now you don't necessarily, it ain't about him giving you the opportunity. You using him to get to where you trying to go. Do it with the guy that avoided you, ducked you, whatever you want to say. Why not? You're not above it. Down and say y'all dealing with the same people. There's so many reasons why that shit is a yes. You get me? Other than Errol being like, nah, man, he ain't fight me when he was supposed to. Man, you gotta get over that, man. Get over that, bro. Go get that money, man. You get me? Think it'll be a good money fight for him. Go get that money, man. Go get that money. Go scalp Keith Thurman if you can beat him. You know what I'm saying? Go answer all the questions that people still have for you, Errol Spence, and beat him. Think it'll be a dope fight. That's all I'm saying, bro. But I ain't gonna trip out if Errol Spence come out and be like, bro, I ain't fighting him. No problem, bro. But I just made a respectable case as to why it's a good fight. I'm thinking boxing, not feelings and emotion, not holding grudges from some shit that didn't happen in the past. Like, who cares? Like, you get what I'm saying? Shit, look how long, look at when, in our eyes, when Manny and Floyd should have happened versus when it actually happened. At the end of the day, we glad we got it. So, I mean, look, what better option do you got at this point? You know what I mean? So I think that'd be even a better option than a Fundora as far as name. You know what I'm saying? More established Keith Thurman. So I don't know, man. I like seeing this dude go out there and win. You know what I mean? The other day, I like seeing him get the knockout, knocking the youngin out, putting him in check, letting him know that his levels. But like I said, man, at this point, when you got inactivity, injuries, you know, moving up a new weight class, trying to avoid tune-ups, how messy and grueling negotiations can be, you could eliminate a lot of those potential like issues by going a route that'd be easy, especially if he's actually willing to get in there. And y'all go to Dallas with like no problems, and it's just a matter of them putting it together. You get what I'm saying? It goes right in your favor, EJ. You get what I'm saying? Still, like, you the man. Fight to keep Thurman out there in Dallas, and I bet you everybody would be out there. Bet you everybody, old or not, they'd be out there watching them dudes. Old or not. Carl Brown, what it do, man? I was against it, but now I'm all for it. You get me? The circumstances just changed. That's all I'm saying. And I've been following. I'm like, nah, Errol Spence, you low-key could use him if you still the guy, and I'm not doubting that you're not. Use him to catapult you right to the next step where you trying to go. Shout out to Marcus. What's good with it? Fight. You get what I'm saying? It's a fair fight. Motown. What's good, bro? Keith told EJ years ago, you're not on my to-do list. How? Yeah, right. Now it sounds a little different. You get what I'm saying? Malik, what's good with it? Don't give Keith no shine. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. At this point, they both established vets. They both established vets with one loss. I got you, Cal. They both established vets with one loss. That's all I'm saying. They both got respectable fan bases. People still will support them. I think the fight as a whole would do well. You get that shit a good undercard, man, especially with the fact, man, that's a little soon, though, with the De Los Santos shit. But, man, in a perfect world, man, if they could have had Frank Martin and De Los Santos as a co-main, that'd be dope. But that's too much wishful thinking because I think they talking about fighting in May. Sam Lukowitz was talking about fighting in May. But, like I said, y'all, I'm going to play this little small clip of Keith Thurman talking about it. And I like the energy, bro. I like what he was saying right here. Get your ass out there to Dallas. Think about it. Most people don't even want to go there. That'd be dope to see Keith go out there and challenge Errol in Dallas. Tell you what's good with it, fam. Reasons are gone for EJ not to fight him. That's what I'm saying. You get me, cuzzo? It's just gone, man. What's good, Tay? Plus the Thurman fight is fire right now, coming on for 3 years and getting a knockout. Get what I'm saying? Lived up to the one-time name. And and people are prisoners of the moment. So I feel like people will be right on board to see that fight. You know, you give LaMarcus, tune in. We'll be in there, and I support them both. Shout out to them. But I think they low-key could use each other. You get what I'm saying? For the winners, definitely going to the next step, man. I think it's a good fight.
My friends weren't traveling like me.
Let's listen to this.
You know,
right? Kano, I
then
think so
got
too.
to fight
Right
in
now,
Canada, representing USA as an amateur. You know, and so boxing has always been that. I've always known that boxing has the potential to take you anywhere. You know, one of the most exciting fighters in the world. Of course, Crawford, Canelo, Tank Davis. Of course, we still have so many big names. You know, but then you got the Tyson Fury. You know, you have European champions, Russian champions, all sorts of champions, and then Inoue from Japan.
Inoue,
you know, tremendous, exciting
Joseph
fighter
was
to
good,
watch.
bro.
Inoue.
You hear how he say his name, bro?
Champions, all sorts of champions, and then Inoue from Japan.
Listen to him.
Tremendous, exciting fighter to watch.
Inoue.
So, I mean, I just love boxing. I love that it's a worldwide sport. There's not too many worldwide sports. If I had to say it off the top of my head, you golf, soccer, football, right, and boxing.
Yeah.
There's not too many worldwide sports that are truly recognized on that world platform, world level, and boxing is one of them. And here I am now at the age of 36, after doing all that I've done in my career.
Reef was good with it, bro.
You know, here in Sydney, I'm practically in Asia. Australia is practically Asia. All right. I've seen so many Filipino fans. Shout out to the Philippines. So many Filipino fans. They love my fight against Pacquiao. I have a tremendous Filipino fan base. I hope to visit the Philippines and to mingle with the fans. You know, if Pacquiao ever wants to do an exhibition match, we can do 8 rounds, Pac. Whatever you want, Pac. Let's get back.
Still want that get back.
For the
Pac kick that ass.
You know?
Still want that get back.
We can do it for charity, man. Let's do whatever you want to do out there, man. Feed the kids, give money to the hospitals, whatever you want to do, man. Let's do something big for the people, man. You know, I just traveling the world, man. Just love it. Love it, love it.
You about to ask him a question about
and now I get to do it as a grown man, but it's that feeling of joy. Like, why do grown men still eat ice cream, right? Why do you still like chocolate cake? Ice cream is good, bro. Right?
Chocolate cake is good, bro.
There's that feeling.
Who don't like chocolate cake,
when you were a child?
Especially my mom's chocolate cake. But yes.
There you go, man. It might be mama's apple pie, pumpkin pie, that seasonal thing, that thing you only got once a year, you know? And every year, once the season comes, you got to have it. You know? And I just believe that this is the season of the comeback of Keith One Time Thurman, 2025.
Okay.
And I don't care who, what, when, where, and how we do it, but I'm on a mission, and I'm going to accomplish this mission. So if I have to do it out here in Australia, so be it. If I got to go somewhere else, so be it.
That's what I'm
saying. If I got to get back into the States, so be it.
You get what I'm saying? He happily talking about that. Like, he's totally with the idea in Dallas. He ain't looking at it like he got an advantage and none of that. That's just making it too easy, bro.
Who, what, when, where, why, how.
I know they can make this fight business-wise.
I'm going to make it happen.
Let me, you mentioned matchmaking, Keith, and there's a name that I didn't hear, but let me play matchmaker for you for a second. I'm here in Dallas, covered your old nemesis for many years, Errol the Truth Spence. The fight didn't happen when we all wanted it to happen. What about getting in the ring with him? He seems to be looking for a fight.
Okay, sound like Michael.
Huge numbers, Cowboy Stadium. What do you say?
Let's make it happen, baby. You know, I signed my contract.
Make it, Ringo, make it.
Yeah. You hear what he's saying, and that was before. Remember, we did a live on this way back then. This point that he talking about with the contract, we did a live on this. Shout out to my guy behind there in his TV, because we did a live on this.
His name is right on it. I signed my side. You know, his side never got signed, and then he shifted away to go get the money with Bud, which I'm not mad at him. You know what I mean? I understand the sport. I understand the politics. I understand moments in time. And sometimes you do this instead of that. But I don't see why You know, I mean, it's a fight that really should have happened. We've been under the same management team for a long time. I thought, you know, he was coming up on me, and then he really, once I lost the title, you know, he was about to fight Pacquiao. His fight fell out with Pacquiao because he was unifying, trying to get all the belts, trying to do the whole thing. And so if I didn't have the belt, he didn't have to chase my name no more. And he could just let me go off to the side. It is what it is. But yeah, the fight with Fundora fell out. You know, I mean, I really don't need the Tim Tszyu fight. I think it's just a decent fight if I'm going to stay active and busy. But if Tim Tszyu obviously doesn't win in his comeback match, if he has 3 consecutive losses in a row, I don't know how much excitement I can milk out of that cow from that scenario. I would love to negotiate as soon as I'm back in the States for the Spence fight. In Dallas, in Vegas, wherever. You know, I'll easily negotiate that fight right after this comeback fight, my initial comeback fight. So if we can make that happen, let's make it happen. I love the matchup. I've always been interested in sharing the ring with a great champion like Errol Spence. And, you know, I mean, the truth is, you fought everybody, but you ain't fight me.
The truth. Yeah, that is the truth.
That's the truth. You fought them all, but you ain't fight Keith. You get me? Shit. Why not? Clean him up, EJ. Man, we get it. We will completely understand. This is business. It ain't got nothing to do about that old shit. Getting there and beating, man. He talking about going to Dallas. Man, he made it easy for you. Come on, man. Nobody else that you probably will be looking to fight is gonna say that. Like, he looking to go. He offering the head on the stick, bro. Go get his ass, EJ. If you know, and I like Keith too, but I'm just saying, I would love this fight right now. I would. I thought I was like past it. I thought it would have been a stupid idea, but as you know, things kept going. The years went, situations, circumstances changed. You like, damn, he need a springboard. Like, this is a solid name to come back against a good name. A respectable guy, and Keith Thurman. You get what I'm saying? And he showed you just why you can't go out there and sleep on him and be crazy. He offering it up. And he legit. Y'all had contracts before. This shit will be a cakewalk to me. A cakewalk. Y'all actually had contracts before, and he signed this side. Y'all might not remember, but we did them lives talking about it. And when I told y'all Keith Thurman had the contract. Thanks to my God, you get what I'm saying? The day he signed it, I was telling y'all, remember, there was a lot of people in here that day. It was like, yo, it's news that Keith Thurman signed his portion of the contract with Errol Spence. And it was just EJ not signing his portion. He went on to do what he did. You get what I'm saying? Secret dance moves. What's good with it, bro? And we understood at that time fully why EJ wasn't interested. We got it. We understood it. We agreed with it. We backed it. You know, we supported the idea. Like, hell nah, Keith, you should have fought him when you were supposed to, right? We was all saying that. But now, I'm like, nah, EJ, go get his ass. Go get him. They keep saying you done. They was just saying keep done. Y'all just was living like similar careers. Injuries, inactivity, questions of doubt, fans throwing you away, the disrespect. You finished. Keith Thurman is finished. He need to go, he need to go get a commentating job. He might as well. You need to go raise your horses on the farm. And I've heard it all about these guys. And neither guy has given up on themselves from what I can understand. Keith Thurman is actively still pushing through. He pushed through every injury that he's had. It got him through the fight. This past Wednesday, you get what I'm saying? He got him a knockout. He back in the mix a little bit, right? You know what I'm saying? We patiently been sitting by looking to see what's going on with Errol Spence. When are you going to make the return back to the ring? What it's going to take for you to get back? Who are you going to fight? We got all these crazy questions. We watching fights fall out and other guys that were laughed at as potential Errol Spence opponents being opponents of the guy that he was going to face. The way how fast tables turn in boxing. No, EJ. Look at Keith Thurman as an opportunity right now and go beat his ass, bro. Look at him as an opportunity that you need to get right back in the mix. I would not be against this in no way, shape, or form. This man talking about going to Dallas. He making it easy. He like, yeah, I need an Errol Spence. I would love to share the ring. Bro, go get his ass, man. Go get Keith ass, man. Go get him. Bring him to Dallas, man. You know what I mean? Off with his koofy, bro. you get me? Off with his shit. I'm just saying. Like, and again, I'm going to run it through. When it was the tables was turned, when you had, you know, belts and all that, and he was on the sideline, we get it. You dubbed him how he dubbed you. It was cool with it. Hell with that. Now, shit different. Go beat his ass, man. He talking about fighting you in Dallas, making it easy for you to go out with a bang. Go kick his ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm jacking this fight. I think it'd be a good one. And again, this is not the end all be all. It don't have to be this way. I'm just saying, I don't think it's a bad idea. It's not. For where you've been at, where you've been out of the loop. He's been out of the mix, been hurt. You done took a loss. He done took a loss. Like, he bounced back. You still looking to bounce back. Use his ass to do it. Use his ass to do it. Use him to do it. You don't want to tune up. Fundora, really, your smoke really fell apart. And Cordell Booker, who was laughed at for suggesting that he'll fight you, is now fighting Fundora. Do you see how crazy boxing, man? Go beat Keith Thurman ass. Because who in here would have predicted Cordell Booker fighting Fundora and not EJ? Who? You get what I'm saying? Beat his ass, bro. Like, beat his ass, man. And nothing against Keith, but I'm just saying. Go kick his ass, man. That's all. Freezer was good. My offer Ruder University, you stupid, bro. KO was good, bro. Got that haircut. Said, F it, let me turn this camera on real quick. You know it. I've been having y'all staring at the logo for too long, man. Boxing with 2-4 was good with it, bro. How you feeling? Lee was good, fan. Malaza was good, Brody. It was hard to accept Errol Spence loss for boxing. Shit, yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, though, if he gonna come back, I'm just saying, y'all. I don't have all the answers, but I'm reasonable, and then them being on the same side, he willing to fight you where people want to see you fight at in Dallas. Like I said, man, springboard. Use his ass as a springboard. Go beat him up. You know what I'm saying, and get back to doing what you're doing. You won't have a tough time looking and searching and sifting through an opponent. You probably ain't got to worry about no crazy ass negotiations and none of that. Y'all dealing with the same people. Al Booger was good, bro. You get me? Jay Dixon was good, bro. Everything boxing was good, fam. How you feeling, bro? Said take the rest of whatever scalp Keith has left. You get me? Scalp his ass. Get him, bro. That's all. And I like Keith, but I'm just saying, like, I ain't against good fights being made, bro. I just want to see great fights. I like to see people bounce back. I like to see shit that makes sense. And like I said, this is a fight that, to me, makes a lot of sense. I don't know why that was like that anyway. Shout out to my dog, man. It's crazy some ways Errol's career shaped into Keith's career. The one-loss boys. And that's what I'm saying. They got so much in common, like from the pushback that they got from losing, how people just wrote them off. Blue Hustle, man, was good. Errol Spence and Keith Thurman are top two of the most disrespected one-loss fighters we got in the sport. You can't name me name me another fighter outside of them two that got one loss and been disrespected more. You get me? I don't know if that's enough reason to think about a fight too, but y'all situations are like eerily similar, where people are telling y'all to do everything but box. And I remember people saying Keith Thurman, you know, he might as well go get a commentating job. I've been heard this. He keep talking about coming back and then he get injured, man. I done heard people snap and go off on Keith Thurman just at the thought that he get hurt a lot. F him, man. He always hurt. He need to retire. He can't. Fragile body. He always getting injury prone. And then now he went there and kicked Brock Jarvis muscle bound ass. Chopped him up. Now he over there cooking with grease, doing interviews, talking about fighting Errol Spence in Dallas. But that was before the fight, by the way, too, y'all. That was before the fight. So all I'm saying is, if you are Errol Spence, don't take opportunities off the table. I don't know about the whole world. I think it'd be a fair amount of people that would look past you giving your word that you wouldn't fight them. We got it. Like that situation doesn't align the same way no more now. It just don't matter. It'll be business, and it'll be you just trying to, get your career back. Like, this shit ain't about no feelings and emotions about, you know, years ago when he didn't fight you. Like I said, in a way, that's more of a reason to say, you know what, I'm gonna beat him up now. Just why y'all think he hot, you got all this. Oh, one time he back, he one time again. Right why he think he building some shit, go over there and kick his ass. I'm just saying, I'm just looking for reasons for Errol Spence to go in there and fight him. Nothing against Keith Thurman, but I'm saying, like right now, right while he building something, right soon as they thought he was back, here come Errol Spence in Dallas and beat him up. And stop all of that. You get me? And while you doing it, you prove to the people that you back. You the one that's back. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Thank Father was good, bro. I'm not against seeing it. That's all, man. Keith looks solid, man. I ain't gonna overstate it. I know it's Brock Jarvis, but he looked like he still got something in the tank, right? I don't know how far he gonna go with it. A Tim Tszyu fight would be a cool fight, but Tim Tszyu gotta fight Joey Spencer. So, like I said, for me, man, I think them dudes need each other. I think it'll be a good ass fight, man. I think it would. I think Keith Thurman got just enough to be, you know, to put up enough resistance to be a good fight for somebody. You know what I mean? We only seen him still lose once to this day, and that's Manny. So got to put that in perspective, even though he only fought, twice now since then. But you get my point. He's still a name. Get him before somebody else get him. That's all. Get him before somebody else get him. Why not? Why not it be you to get him? You know what I'm saying? Melanin Queen Pieces. How you feeling? Mark West, the battle of the one lost fight. You get what I'm saying? It's so much there to me, but what do I know, man? I'm just saying, you know. Jay said, man, where the hell is Charlo? I know, man. Mel, I think Mel, I don't know. I think I hear he was closer to coming back, but then it's like, you know, it went quiet again. So I'm not fully sure what's going on with Mel no more. Spence versus Thurman 2026 just sounds the same. Fight should have happened in 2018. It's a lot of fights that should have been happening, right? It's a lot of fights, but it's just like, it's one of those things like, what you gonna do? Like, we can acknowledge the past, but we can't stay stuck on it. And the way I see it is, I think both guys need each other for similar reasons, right? The winner will go on to, you know, think about it. You'll get a lot of respect, I think, either way. And we get a lot of questions answered from both guys in a fight like that. So, you know, look, if it ain't that for EJ, if he is coming back, who's the better option? Who's a better option? You get what I'm saying? Who's the better option? That's all I'm saying. I felt like, and you talking about money, business, and shit like that. That makes sense. Shit, they probably make more money together than either of them fighting Fundora or Tim Tszyu. So, you know what I mean? You know, shouldn't Keith was injured and didn't come back to 2019. They don't get it. That's why I say, man, it just, it's not that duck shit. That's why I never really held on to it, right? It's just not enough there. You could say it was opportunity, but if you really comb through the situation, it was definitely some shit that happened that made them, you know, put them in a situation for that fight not to happen. So it's not as simple as ducking. I just don't see. And even if, bro, like, if you look at Keith Thurman too, man, once upon a time, he was trying to get a fight with who? Who he was talking about fight? He was talking about fighting Floyd. Remember, man, he told my guy Floyd politically ducked him. So it was a lot going on. It wasn't just one of those, well, you know what? I'm not fighting Errol Spence because I'm scared of him or ducking him. He damn sure was trying to get a bigger fight at the time as well. And that shit didn't come to fruition, right? So that's all I'm saying. Shit happens. Situations happen. Fights don't always get put together and they don't happen. But I just feel like, shit, you know what I mean? Now's as good a time as any, bro. Now's as good a time as any. EJ needs a warm up before he face any top 10 guy at 54. Shit, use Keith Thurman as the warm up because you know he ain't going tune up. You know, and that's another reason why I said that, because you think about coming back and the guy that you were going to come back against is now fighting somebody else that people laughed at for thinking he was going to fight you, right? It's like, what options do you have? And are you in a position where you can take options off the table for you, especially in a perfect world where he just laying it out, like he's a willing participant to go to Dallas and get in there and fight you. So that's all I'm saying. I just not against a good fight, man. And I personally would want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Now that you think about it, because they had like similar situations, similar points in their careers, inactivity, injuries, and doubt, and trying to get back. And let's see who got more left to offer. Keith, a bit older, he's what, 36 now? I ain't against it, bro. He still look relatively good in there on his feet. You know what I mean? As far as the spring and bouncing the step, I like it. I like the fight. Keith ain't no warm up though. That's what I'm saying. Because he ain't gonna go warm up. Keith unified with Danny in March of 2017. Was out injured into 2019, and he was getting slaughtered, bro. In that amount of time too. Yeah, man. Them elbow spurs or something like that. Something it was. I think the elbow. And that was after he fought Danny. I think Danny caused some of the injury. Punched him on the elbow, something. He was talking about it. He had him elbow spur, something. He said he was them injury, that shit was nagging till it did. It kept him out for a minute. And that's where people just doubted him. People was, the fans was going crazy on Keith Thurman for being injured. They were saying he was faking the injury. He just ain't want to fight people. He was milking it. I heard all the stories. I heard you name it, I've heard it. You know what I mean? So I just think overall, man, Keith Thurman just ran into the injury bug, bro. You know what I'm saying? All that wear and tear through the years, that shit caught up to him. Now I mean, and he was in some tough fights. You gotta think he had a nice stretch. Dude was fighting, he was getting in there. You know what I mean? He fought Sean Porter. You know what I mean? Danny Garcia, he was fighting people. So he was taking real challenges, man. That shit just caught up to him. Rick Tams, what it do, homie? Yeah, it was that elbow. Right. Said major elbow surgery. Right. Yeah, some like bone spurs. Something he was saying he had going on. He was talking about when Danny punched him and how it felt. There was a lot of shit going on with Keith. But now he back. And he got people feeling like he won time again, and right while he building that momentum, Errol come swoop right in there and make a fight while it's hot. That's all I'm saying. That's the way I see it, but you just never know, man. You never know. Never know. You never know. You never know. Pound for pound, what's good with it, bro? We're gonna see, because Keith was out there working, man. Beautiful work. It was good to see him get a knockout. Like I said, 2014 was a long time ago, man. He was feeling good, bro. He's over there dancing and shit. Bro, he's out there dancing and shit. Beat Brock Young ass out there, bro. So on to the next for Keith, man. Like I said, he did what he needed to do. Knocked out a guy. He said he wasn't on his level. Too inexperienced, young. Like I said, if Liam Powell could stop him in one round, Keith Thurman, there's no surprise that Keith Thurman stopped him. So I ain't going to overstate his win because of the level of competition. But like I said, when you've been out the ring as long as Keith Thurman nothing is for sure. Ain't nothing for sure. Like, it's nothing for sure in boxing. So you've been out that long. Like, could have came back, could have looked like shit, could have been slow. His movement could have been ass. Punching just could have looked like a shot guy. You know what I mean? We've seen it before, but he looked solid. So let's see just how good he is as he continue to fight. But like as I remain, I still think him and EJ low key need each other, man. Bone spurs and elbow from Danny. Yeah. Danny did he, man. If he retired, that's fine. Support that. Let us know. I'm angry with EJ right now. He said he got to tell his little fans what's going on. The way I take it, man, he's always taking that less is more approach, EJ. Like, he don't do a whole lot of explaining and talking, right? Like, he out of sight, out of mind. I just think ultimately he ain't give up on himself. That's how I look at it. He ain't gonna come out, I doubt, and have like an interview and explain nothing or start telling us anything. Like, he just gonna pop out. So, I mean, if he ain't retired yet, I'm guessing he still got plans of coming back. My only question is just how long do he anticipate just being out the ring? Like, you know what I'm saying? And when do you actually think you're gonna make it back? Because time is ticking, kid. Time is ticking, man. Time is ticking. You getting older. Keep getting older. You know what I'm saying? Go and catch Keith while he hot, man. You know what I'm saying? Go and catch him while he hot. You know what I mean? Go and get that thing put together. Go see that man out there in Dallas and do your thing. You know? Go out there and get that fight, man. But let's keep rolling, man. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling, man. I don't know. I doubt if we see the fight, but it is wishful thinking to think that they actually get in there and fight each other. I doubt it. Angry is crazy. I'm not coming back from Errol. The Bud fight was OD. Yeah, I mean, he ain't got shit. He ain't got to prove nothing to nobody, but it seemed like he just ain't giving up on the thought of him getting back in the ring and boxing again. So that's why I just had that whole, if you're gonna come back, look, it's a guy right there. It's an easy situation. I would think from a business standpoint to put together. But like I said, we all know how stubborn he's been, and he said he ain't fighting Keith. So I did say all of that to say he still feel like he ain't fighting Keith, which is crazy, man. At some point, you got to get in there. Silent on your fans. He always been that way though, bro. Like Earl ain't never been like, he always been that way. I don't think nothing changed with him. I don't think he's changed. I don't think he changed. Like he's just always been a less is more kind of quiet guy, cryptic, tweet here, tweet there. Now, like I said, I've heard from a solid source that he got some other situation going on that might be the reason he ain't back yet. So, like I said, I'm guessing until that's completely handled, then he probably gonna be on the sideline for some more time. So we'll see. But we rooting for him. Like I said, Keith Thurman still be a good fight. Let's keep rolling. GM was good with it. You watch the latest radio on Pro Box TV. Paul was talking crazy about Tank. Was he? Did he switch up like that? Paulie was giving him his just due. One fight to do it. One fight to have everybody switching up, bro. That's all it took is one fight. So speaking of vets, right? This is gonna move me before I speak on this Frank Martin shit that I keep hearing about, and I seen the SAMPSON speak on. Speaking of vets and old guys going in there to get a fight. Now look, I know that Brock Jarvis wasn't some world beater. I know he wasn't one of the most experienced guys in the world for Keith Thurman to go in there and fight. But like I said, when you step up a weight class, I don't think he fought that heavy since his pro debut or something. So been a long ass time. All that time off, he still moved up. He looked pretty damn good. Now you got Jose Ramirez, who's younger than Keith. Keith 36. You got Jose Ramirez, who's what is he? 32, I believe. 32. Got a couple losses, right? He's a guy that's looking to prove something too. Now, him and Robert Garcia was talking, and they were saying they pretty much going for the knockout against Haney. So look, if Keith at 36 could get in there and have a little shake back fight, look relatively decent, right? Look pretty solid. Jose Ramirez, what is he? 4 years younger than Keith. Although, Haney is far more experienced, I think, especially on the championship level, obviously, than a Brock Jarvis. But you get my drift. He's coming off a terrible loss that ended up being a no contest with Ryan Garcia. But with the right game plan, if Jose Ramirez looked like rejuvenated, if he looked fresh at the weight class, if he looked like he got some energy about him, as I keep saying, that fight for Haney could get tricky, y'all. I'm telling you, the fight for Haney could get tricky. But if he looks anything like he used to look at 140 at the top of his game, it's going to make the whole fight different, the entire fight. His fans were supporting him, buying them $2.99 and giving them t-shirts. Not for the cool 70. Boxer, what it do, homie? How you feeling? For the cool 70. Paulie say he'd be undefeated with Tank's resume. Oh, he was going in. Yeah. Lubin on Pro Box is a great move. Yeah, Lubin over here. I want to see him back in there too, man. But yeah, so you got that fight going on. I just thought I'd point that out, man. You got Ramirez is a kind of similar situation as what Keith Thurman is in, where you got to prove it. People think you've seen your better days, right? For that cool 70. You better not wash it either by hand. You got to do that joint by hand, bro. Do that joint by hand or else. I'm telling you, do that joint by hand. Shout out to L-Dub, man. But yeah, man, so Haney Some people feel like he ain't all the way back. I get it, but I think he can box this dude, Ramirez. I do. Ramirez's best shot is to hope that he could look like the guy from yesteryear, because if not, if he look like that same Ramirez in them last 2 to 3 or so fights, then Haney boxes him pretty cleanly, and he just gonna lose on points, right? Just getting outboxed, jab. You know what I mean? He just don't look like he be pulling the trigger. Like if he get in there again, don't pull the trigger. Don't up his work output, right? He gonna be a victim. He gonna allow Haney to get comfortable, settle into a rhythm, and then pick his shots and just box him. And it's probably gonna be easy for him. Haney style, Ramirez, a lot of trouble. Ramirez struggles with boxers. Yeah, I remember that postal fight. Yeah. And again, you struggle more because your punch output dropped. You're not as aggressive as you used to be, right? You don't go after it, right? You don't go after it the way you used to. And without that tips the fight in Haney's favor significantly to me, because that stops. If you're not the guy that got you the name that you know what I mean, the respect that you got. We know him for being a guy that can really get in there, bring pressure, two-handed attack, go to the body, here hurt you. Work behind the jab. He was pretty smart, sharp fighter, Ramirez, but he's just not that guy no more. And I don't know. He just looked like he thinking about life outside of boxing or something like that, right? Like he thinking about what he went and got married and came back, and since then to me wasn't the same fighter. No slight to nothing he got going on, but it seemed like when he fights, he thinking about the family that he got to go back home to. Right? He not just getting in there going how he used to go. He used to just get in there and go. Now it's like, damn, I got a wife at home. I got some kids. Like, and not making fun, but it's like that's how he fight to me, like a guy that's thinking like, like I got shit to live for. Like I shouldn't even be doing this. That's how he fight to me. Like he be second guessing it. And you can see it, and it's obvious, and he just not being the same guy. Like he thinking too much, and that's stopping him from pulling the trigger. And then he just end up falling behind in rounds and losing in points and getting picked, picked apart. Just that's the way I see it. You know what I mean? I think it'll be the same unless he can be, effectively aggressive. Like if he can't, that's his best shot. You know what I mean? It's interesting though, because they are relatively like the same size, right? Height and stuff. So it's not no real advantages there. So it's going to be cool to see if that play a factor at all, with Haney fighting a guy that's closer to his size again as well. So then they both moving up, both making their debuts at 47. We going to see. Damon, what's good, bro? What's good with it? Granny said Haney going to put on a masterclass performance on Ramirez. Sad thing, the haters going to still discredit him. Yeah, the haters, because that's the thing, Grandy, they haters. You know what I mean? The real boxing fans, if Haney go out there and do what Haney do, box, be sharp, be smart, pick his shots, you know what I mean? Use that jab, fix those, those little mistakes. I'm cool. I'm giving him his credit. But the real test is gonna be Ryan Garcia. For sure, this is a legit test because of what happened in his last fight, and he got to bounce back from that. But after that, that's the real test, to see if you really gonna go back in there and revisit the scene of the crime and fight that man again, and dare I say, actually beat him this time. Put together a game plan that puts you in a position to be successful, not just do well and get knocked around the ring, but actually beat this guy this time. My bad, y'all. Smash the like button for me, but we'll see. So, like I said, it sounds like they planning on going for the KO. So my guess is, if you're gonna go for the KO, you're gonna have to be, pretty much that aggressive guy that you used to being. Now, I want to see if Ramirez is just a guy that he just at the point where he just had his better day, his best days is behind him, or is he a guy that stayed at the weight class too long and going up 7 pounds gonna do him a solid, right? That's what I want to see. Is that gonna help him look like a different fighter at all? I'll acknowledge it's possible, but it's mental, and that's what I see with Ramirez. It don't look like he's physically unable to perform. It's just like it's a mental block. When you see him in there, Like if you seen the way he used to fight before the losses, before the time off, getting married and all that stuff. He really was, you know, I ain't gonna say he didn't think in there, but he was a lot more reactive, right? And he was quicker on the trigger, right? He didn't think as much. Now, you, like I said, he fight like, yo, he got something to go home to, right? Like that's stopping him from just going all out. It's just not the same, you know, reckless. Not only want to call it recklessness, but it's not the same aggression. It's not the same level of effective aggression. He don't fight with the same intensity. It's like a guy that is missing a gear or two, and that's just what it is. Unless he's able to like get over that, it's not going to be no different, right? So I'm hoping maybe that the added weight gives him some more energy. Maybe he could actually get in there and be effective and box and bring some pressure. Because you just sit there and you allow Haney to control the distance and range, pick you apart with the jab, get comfortable, then it's going to be all she wrote. He's just going to box you for 12 rounds. Better believe he's going to box you. So it's going to be a long night if he don't come with the right game plan and intensity behind it. Let's talk fashion. What it do, Remo? How you feeling? They back talking about knockouts. Yeah, B-Dog. They doing it again. Boxing with the Haneys involved is always good for an interesting conversation. It is. Technique, what it do, homie? Yeah, so that I'll speak on that a little bit too. So I've been catching some of the interviews and the different things that they saying. And I get it, the frustration bill you got with the media, stuff like that. But you know they're going to do that. You know people going to question. There's no way you can get dropped multiple times in a fight, especially times that wasn't counted. People thought the fight should have been stopped, and you would have gotten stopped had it not been for Harvey Doc. There's no way people going to just see that happen to you and not ask you about your chin or lack thereof. I think he took it too personal, but I can't tell him how to feel about his son. I'm not against him going off. It is what it is. It's boxing, but don't oversell and underdeliver. That's very key. I'm listening and I'm hoping that they don't do it. They've been doing some of it. I get it. You're supposed to speak confidently. I hear you with the belt to ass statement that Devin is gonna make. No problem. But that don't start talking knockouts. Please don't sell knockout. Do not sell knockout. Do not sell us a knockout. Shout out to my guy, knockout. Do not sell a knockout, bro. You get what I'm saying? Do not sell a knockout. You don't need to. You don't need to. I like the way Dad been answering questions for the most part, being kind of short, you know, straight to the point. Seem like he trying to lock in and just stay focused, go out there, get back in the ring, get a win. Do not sell a knockout. I'm cool with the belt the ass thing because that's fighter talk. But don't fall for the traps again. Don't, you know, start talking about punishment and all it. I don't think that you need to sell that. Just y'all coming to do y'all and win. Kick ass, say it however you need to, but don't sell me no knockout, right? Because if that don't happen, then people gonna be, oh, he knock him out though. It's like it's just unnecessary. Don't put unnecessary pressure on yourself. It's already enough, is what I'm saying. People know full well what Devin Haney is at this point. And whatever the hating people think are the ones that don't rock with him, he's still one of the most talented fighters out there. He's a world-class guy. The question remains if he's still that world-class guy, right? I always give him that respect, so we're going to find out, you know what I mean, against Ramirez. And he got a good trainer, you know, Robert Garcia. But, again, Robert can't fight for him. He could train him, but he can't fight for him. If Jose is unable to pull the trigger, is unable to get the engine flowing the right way, it's going to be curtains. So he's going to get outboxed, picked apart. Devin just going to box, be smart, be patient, and box his way to a victory, possibly just as you did him. The question is how he going to make it look. Is Devin going to answer all the questions that people have for him? Is Ramirez even going to be able to test his chin at all for real, right? Like, that's what I want to know, because last couple of fights, I just haven't seen it, man. I've seen a guy that, you know, clearly had better days. I've seen a guy that, you know, just fought with a different hunger before. It was different. It's not there. It's like, I don't know if domesticated is the word. Like, he different. The man got married and he cared too much, right? Like, not trying to be, that's the best way I could describe what I feel when I watch Jose Ramirez. He fight like, you know, I'm getting through the rounds, right? Like, I got shit to worry about at home. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I got life outside of this. And once you in your own head that way, and I'm not saying that's exactly what's going through his head, but that's how I feel watching him. Like, he fight like he worried about shit. And you can't fight that way, especially when you're a guy that's a come forward dude that'll bring pressure, come with a two-fisted attack, and really you had a real good punch output. To me, it's just not the same. So you got to think your effective aggression is no longer where it once was. Your punch output lacking, and then you overthinking. So it's like a mental, you in your own head. So if that's the case, and I'm gonna know that all I'm gonna need is a few rounds. I see about 3 to 4 rounds max, and I'm gonna know what type of time he on. I'm gonna know right then and there if that's the Jose Ramirez that we've been watching for the last few years. And I think, you know, this is an interesting fight because neither guy, I said this before, they can't really afford to lose. They can't. Like Ramirez, for obvious reasons, he older. You get what I'm saying? Where exactly do we go if we go lose to Devin right now, right? Where do we go? Devin lose to Ramirez after the fight with you know, Ryan, and then you don't make it back to Ryan Garcia. Now everything just blows up in your face. Your dad he done exploded in the media. He went off. He went to bat for you, as he should. No problem there. But don't get caught up in overselling the fans something that you're not going to deliver on. I really mean that. Like, they hang on to everything Bill say. If you say you're going to punish them, they're going to expect to see a certain type of fight. You say we knocking them out, they're going to expect a knockout. They don't get it, you're going to leave the room. You're going to leave that back door wide open for that criticism, for people to say that he ain't this, he ain't that. It's just unnecessary. Stop selling us that he ain't the type of killer that you're selling, right? He could be a killer in a much different way, but not the way you selling it. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I'm supporting y'all. I'm rocking with y'all 1,000,000%. I think you'll go out there and box Ramirez. You know, if I had to take a guess, I would say Ramirez he's had his best days might be behind him. Maybe the weight class will help. Maybe, maybe not. But I don't know if it'll be the end-all be-all. I think the going up in weight might help Haney too. So we got to see, man. We got to see. I think it's a good fight, man. Approach matters, man. Game plan matters. Temperament matters, right? If Devin Haney's fighting timid, maybe this is a much different fight, even if he do win, right? So got to see if he's still fighting them demons from the Ryan fight. Is he going to be fighting hesitant? Is he going to be gun shy about throwing his jab, being that he was getting countered in his last fight, right? Got questions, right? The answer, he said his chin is fine. He got a chin. He showed people that. So Ramirez said he's going to test that chin. I think that's the only way he walks up out of there with the victory. If it's a boxing match, I think Ramirez gets outboxed cleanly and beat. And then I don't know where he go from there. But the loser in that fight, they probably could forget about titles. Probably could forget about championships and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? They probably could forget about that. This shit is going to be a really important fight for Devin Haney because it's the next chapter of his career. He got to 47 a little bit faster than what some people thought. That shit only going to get tougher. Them fights not going to get easier. You already see it. Ramirez is one. Then you could talk about going right back in there with Ryan Garcia. Got a tough road ahead, but like I said, I'm rooting for the kid. I think he could pull it off. Let's see how disciplined, how sharp he could be, man. Let's see what him and Bill learned. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what kind of work they've been putting in. Let's see if they've been putting in, not just working hard, but working smart. Let's see if Devin Haney, then he say he's going to be the new, improved, and, you know, better, sharper, all that stuff. Cool, I ain't tripping. But people going to expect to see that. So, get what I'm saying? He said it's going to be the improved version. Bill said it's going to be an improved version. So, we're going to see. But in some ways, I can see this fight looking similar. Not exactly the same, but similar. Similar, y'all, to the Regis fight when he fought Regis. Devin Haney's going to still be him. Not exactly the same, like identical, right? But I see this fight being very similar to the fight with him and Regis. I do. I think, like Dub mentioned, you know, Ramirez struggles with boxers. Devin is a boxer. He's going to box. I think he got the better feet. He's going to use them. I think he's going to look to establish his distance, range, try to stay on the outside, pick his shots, work himself into the fight. It's going to be up for Ramirez not to allow Devin Haney to settle in, get comfortable. Like, if it was me, I try to test him right away. I ain't going to hold you. I try to test him immediately. I wouldn't even allow him an opportunity to get comfortable. I try to test because you know, look, no disrespect. Like, he's not known to be some type of puncher or anything that nature. So, and you feel like your chin's so good, you could take a punch, man. I think you go test him early. I think the longer the fight goes, the more it tips in Haney's favor for me. Get what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't see Ramirez being able to rally back from no crazy deficit. So if he fall behind early, I think he might stay behind. I don't know if he's gonna rally late. I just don't see it being that kind of fight. So whatever success he gonna have, if I was him, I would look to try. You know, you're gonna have to try to have success as early as possible. I think the longer you take to settle into a fight, the longer you give, and more time you give Devin Haney to get comfortable, shake off any potential ring rust, and execute his game plan, which is boxing and staying out your way. It's way too slow. He might be. Henny got by anyway at 122 in his last fight. Now he will fight Nick Ball on Saturday for the WBA 26. Both Haney and Ramirez with the loss can get a title shot afterwards. Yeah, man. I like. That's it. Oh, you think with a loss? Think with a loss they can get a title shot afterwards? I mean, I won't say that they can't, but for me, it's going to be interesting to see what happens for the winner or the loser. Should I say the guy that loses? Because, like, for instance, right, we got Devin Haney feel like he got his fights planned out. His win, this is just a stepping stone to the Ryan Garcia fight. They both said that, right? They're using Rolly and Ramirez as stepping stones, Ryan and Devin are. But say if he did lose, like, right, I just wouldn't see him getting a title shot right away after that, for me. Like, because it'll look like back-to-back losses, too. Even though it would be one official, it'll look like back-to-back losses. Be interesting to see who they'd match him up with, especially being that he's now moved up to 47, too. I mean, that's officially where he's going to be at. DH get that win, finish Ramirez early, get back in the gym. We need that get back. Line was good. I don't know. I mean, he definitely need to get back, but I don't know if he'll knock Ramirez out though. Ramirez is kind of tough. He could take a little bit, man. He could take a shot. He could take a shot. I don't know if he'll be ready to go. If he look old or washed or something, then I think Haney should step on him. But I don't know. Ramirez still fighting for something, man. He ain't that old, man. He only 32. He got 2 losses. It shouldn't be impossible for him to have a good performance, right? You another weight class up. He's saying he gonna be rejuvenated. I expect to see it too. Cause if he just go in there and just get outworked and, like, you know, picked apart. And like I said, it's gonna take me 3-4 rounds. I don't know what's up. CJ was good doing the road work on the Riverside. Nah, shout out to CJ. I don't think Ryan was Devin too happens. Devin is gonna find a way out. Watch. I think for me, the reason why I try to, like, I guess for me, I feel like it's gonna happen because it has to at this point. Like, you've sold it. You've told people that's what you're gonna do. Like, you keep saying it, like, that's the fight after this one. So after this, like, you can't go nowhere else. You get what I'm saying? You can't go nowhere else because you've already sold it to the people that y'all fighting them again. Now, say you win and then you like, you know, find a reason not to fight. I just think people gonna be all over it, man. Like, it's gonna be a lot of negative press or media attention that come from that. Because that's all you've sold people, is that you getting back in there to do that again. That's your whole reason for going the route that you're going, is to get back in there with Ryan. And for you to be successful in May 2nd and then find a reason not to fight the man, it's going to be foolish. Say it was good. Bev can avoid the hook from Ryan. He'll outbox Ryan. Yeah, he got to avoid that killer left hook, bro. He has to. If he can avoid that and being knocked down, then he gives himself a much better chance. He just got to avoid those really big shots. So, like I said, man, the energy that they put out, the campaign that they've went on is all about getting it back in blood. It's all, you know, the route and path that they're traveling is a means to an end, and that's to get back in there with Ryan ultimately in a rematch. So, like I said, they're using Ramirez as a stepping stone or a building block to get that lick back. So, they've sold it to the point where that's all you expect. The minute either of them win, like, both of them, the only thing they should have to say out their mouth in terms of what's next is the other guy, right? Ryan, as soon as you get your win, you beat Rolly. If you knock him out the way people believe, the only name for you after that is Devin Haney. Devin Haney, you go out there, you beat Ramirez, how people feel like you can. The only name for you is Ryan. Anything else, yeah, they're gonna talk crazy. They'll definitely say you ducked the rematch for sure. Nah, I get it. You said he said he was never fighting him again. Nah, that's something to think about too, though, because that was at a time where it was a genuine thought when he said that. He meant that shit. So now but like I said, since then you've sold the people this idea of a rematch by any means necessary, and your means by necessary, it starts through you got to get through Jose Ramirez to get to him. So I'm rooting for all that. I'm rooting for the win against Ramirez. No slightest shade to Ramirez. I like him, but I want to see that. I want to see Devin going to do exactly what he said, get in there and beat this dude. I mean, that's going to be a career-defining fight. Nice dad brought in Floyd Senior to work on some stuff as well. I think he might have burnt that bridge. Right hands. Yeah, them right hands for sure, Kello. I think he might have burnt that bridge, Damon. The last time I heard Floyd Senior speak on them, he ain't speak too highly of them. Called them some hoes or something like that. Had something to do with the way they treated him. He said something to that effect. I'm pretty sure you could find it on YouTube somewhere, but yeah, they might have burnt that bridge the way it sounded in that clip. Because I out of all my years, I've never heard Floyd Senior speak that way about them until that video. I was like, yeah. Senior's retired from training. Yeah, I wouldn't know, but I definitely know what he was speaking on in that video. It sounded like that bridge was burnt or something, like they ain't it was like a no. K was good. K ain't gotta go like G Money in New Jack City. And it's just like that fight, right? Just like the rematch. They've sold us the rematch pretty much already. We're gonna talk about that a little bit too, but Senior's in bad shape last I saw. Yeah, so I know he probably ain't even in a position too, but even before he got to that point, when he still was in the gyms, like so the Haneys came up and he gave his thoughts on him. And like I said, he spoke in a way that I never heard him speak about the Haneys before. So he seemed real disappointed in him. Real disappointed. Big shout out to the Queen Aisha, man, and the Cash App, always supporting the grind. Much love to you, Queen. Appreciate you. Shout out for the 10.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to you. Appreciate you, Aisha, as always. Kate was good, my guy. For seeing training fighters no more. Yeah, he's not even capable. Yeah, so that's what he's saying. It's already signed. Dad versus Ryan is next. Yeah, so look, let's keep talking. Let's keep building. It's not. They've sold it already. They've pretty much sold the rematch. You hear from both sides. That Ryan, like, man, I'm pretty much just, I'm thinking about, just whooping Devin Haney's ass again. Appreciate you, Queen. I'm just thinking about whooping Devin Haney's ass again. And then, Devin Haney, the big thing for him is after this fight is Ryan. So I can't look over him. But let's see. Like, if he don't fight that fight, they're going to say duck the rematch. You wasted people time. There's going to be a lot of negativity. I'm rooting for him because I think as a fighter, I didn't see him do anything wrong, right? He tried to he made the weight. He went. I think the wrong thing was doing business with Ryan. I think when Ryan backed out initially, that was his sign of just moving on. But he wanted that fight. I think he was thinking about money that he could make, maybe, right? I think he thought the fight would be bigger than it was. And it's a lot of stuff that just didn't come to fruition for him and his dad. But shit, you live and you learn. It didn't work in their favor, but it still ended up being a no contest. So they get to do this shit over again, right? Still undefeated officially. In the eyes of people, no, because they seen 420. So regardless of the no contest, some people feel like you got your ass beat. I'm cool with it's a no contest. You undefeated. You get to do this shit again, like I said. So let's see what you're going to do. Like I said, Ramirez, you're going to have to beat him in some type of impressive fashion, though, because you can't just skate by. You can't squeak by. It can't be super close, overly competitive, none of that, because if you can't deal with him, comfortably. Like, I know the thought process going into the Ryan rematch is going to be that you can't beat the kid. So I'm looking at it like, look, you can fix those mistakes. You can fight in a manner where you don't get knocked out. I do believe that. But how efficient and effective will you be? You get what I'm saying? Like, how much confidence you going to have being that this shit happened to you the first time? There's no way you're not going to just be that same exact guy the way you was the first time. And I question, is that going to really affect the outcome of the fight? Because your approach is going to matter. If you fighting timid, if you look like you scary, feel like Ryan and pick up on that, and he already going to be, his confidence probably oozing with confidence at this point. So you just got to pick your poison with that kid, man. And I think you fighting, keep him on the outside, man. Take some air up out the tires, man, and try to slowly pick and poke away at that dude instead of stepping to him and just trying to, you know, go back and, you know, kind of not even trade, but you just think the game plan was all wrong the first time. You might think that Dad would back out of the Ryan fight. He's the only young boxer who fight dangerous fight. Shout out to Damon. Yeah, for me, like, I wouldn't see no point of selling a rematch just to not fight him, right? If he, like Akello said, is boxing, I seen weird shit happen. I can't, there's no reasons, right? Like, as long as he's testing and he being tested for that fight, I don't see no reason why it can't happen or it shouldn't happen, right? As long as he being tested, bro. That should be his only number one concern. He being clean when they fight. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And go get that. Go get your lick back. And I think he could spin his career around in a big way, right? You beat Ramirez. That's a former unified champion, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was unified. And you beat him. And then you go beat a guy that cheated you. Put your career back in a good space. Put your career back in a good space. You know, you can beat Ryan if he boxes smart, plus it's a lot of money. I think it's going to be money in the rematch for both of them to be made because of all the controversy. The controversy sells, the Osterine, the knockdowns, the way the first fight looked, the lawsuit talk, all the back and forth. All that shit played a factor, bro. All of it. All of it. So now, if they both get a chance to get wins in between fighting each other, there you go. They set the table perfectly for a rematch. And all eyes going to be on Ryan. He's appearing to be a little more calm and under control this particular fight build up. Let's see how long he can stay composed in that way, because if Ryan is actually locked in and taking shit serious, y'all, I definitely think it makes the fight rough. It could make the fight rough for Devin. The more serious he takes his career, the more of a threat he'll be to the guys that he's facing. One of the biggest, that's red flags for Ryan has been inconsistency and dedication, like, to the actual craft. And people bank on that, right? Him just not being locked in, him not putting in the work the right way, right? And you feel like he kind of, you get what I'm saying? It's a couple T's. He don't cross, couple I's, he don't dot. And you could kind of get over and beat him because of that. But that's not the case for everybody. You get what I'm saying? I think that showed in the way him and Devin fight played out initially. So a more focused Ryan, it will be more dangerous, in my opinion. It's simply what I'm saying. So if he's taking this shit serious, that'd be a bad sign for his opposition, but I question if him and his dad is really going to be enough to continue to move him forward. Like, I know they fighting Rolly, but he training with his dad. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. Just don't feel like he wouldn't got no help or nothing. I don't know. I don't take his dad serious. It don't seem like he respects his dad enough for me. There's not enough there for me. So I don't know. He was actually winning a lot of the rounds. Yeah, the ones who won't get knocked down. He put some good rounds together. Haney did. He did. He put some really good rounds together. He did. He just got to do it more. He got to be able to repeat that shit and do it without getting dropped and punched around and dribbled around the damn ring like a can't be getting dribbled around the canvas like that. Haney's are pumping up Ramirez. Yeah, they should. Like, he lose his last fight. Yeah, he got outboxed by Barboza. Ryan's a manic depressive, so you never know when he might have an episode. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, pretty bit of a wild card. That's why I say I'm seeing his energy now, bro. And he look a little settled, right? He look a little like less unhinged, right? He look a little more together overall, right? It seemed like he not He not like up and down. He seemed like he riding a consistent wave right now. His voice don't sound all crazy and scratchy. He don't seem all spaced out. And you get what I'm saying? It seemed like it's a certain element of wild that's not present right now. That's why I say, how long will it last? It looked like what we seeing right now is what we going to get for this particular fight. But will it last in another fight? And if that next fight is Devin, is he still going to be like on his best behavior, kind of more chill, more subtle? Like, you know what I mean? Coming off as more disciplined and under control of his emotions and the shit that come out of his mouth. So it's interesting to see this dude be going through the motions. He be showing you a lot of different phases. 1 minute he off his rocker, then he chilled, then he calm, then his voice gone. He looking stressed, like he going on damn drink, liquor binges and shit. Like, I don't know. You just never know. So let's see. Like I said, his biggest issue is himself getting in his own way. Right, just not being all the way locked in like fighters be. So that's what Ryan fighting against himself right now, especially fighting a guy like Rolly. Man, Rolly shouldn't beat him. Speed and left hooks. Anyone losing Ramirez? Styles make fights. Yeah, Ramirez might be much too slow for the young Dev, and feet. Not pulling the trigger, overthinking, mental blocks, like just not going for it, all that shit gonna get in his way on fight night. I think Devin wins a UD. I think he wins a UD. If he's still him, he gonna win a UD to me. That's what I see. So you can't say much because Haney used all his tweets and stuff. He's saying court against him. That's crazy. Shout out to Sid, man. Appreciate the support. He said, "You think Ryan's tune-up is better or Devin's?" It's tricky. It's tricky, right? Because they different guys. And neither guy fights like the opposition, right? Rolly don't fight like Devin and Ramirez don't fight like Ryan. Maybe I don't know. Now I don't think they fight the same, but I don't know. This is an interesting question. I don't know because Rolly's unpredictable. Ramirez, we kind of know who he is. It's man. I don't know. I think it's more danger in the Rolly fight. I think Rolly and Ryan. I think Ryan dealing with more danger on that side. But the thing that makes this fight dangerous for Devin potentially is the questions that people have for him, not so much the fighter, right? If Ramirez was in his prime or considered to be a prime Ramirez, I think people would feel like Haney in trouble. So I think there's more danger on Ryan's side, but he's familiar with him, so that shit could, it's a little unpredictable. I expect Ryan to win, but I think he got more danger dealing with Rolly. But Ramirez ain't a one-punch guy. He's more so accumulation dude, right? And he don't seem like the same dude no more. So I think Ryan got more danger on the night. So I don't know who has a better tune-up. Maybe Devin, maybe. Because Ramirez really, like, telling you, he's not an old guy. I just want to see how he's gonna look at 47.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your Jusdu.
So yeah, man, but the thing is with Rolly, he just don't fight the way he used to, right? He fights he's just not Rolly no more. So it's not that I don't know. I say that shit about even. That's about even. Rolly is a little unpredictable, but at the same time, he don't fight the way he used to. So it's like without him being Rolly, as odd as that may sound, he in more trouble. So he run into one of them left hooks or something. Ryan might get his ass up out of there. So for me, I think the more competitive fight could possibly be Devin. Possibly, keyword possibly, but if Ramirez look like he been looking, he gonna get kicked up. He gonna get his ass kicked. He gonna get outboxed. Yeah, he fight timid. He fight like he's been knocked out, right? Like a guy that has got his bell rung a few times. Mason can beat Cabrera. Could he beat Cruz? Cruz, who shout out to Hitman's rival. Rolly is Thatch. Ramirez, Rolly punch resistance gone. He has been down in 3 or 4 fights, and Rolly didn't look good in his last fight, right? No, that's all truth to me. That's why I say, man, Devin might have the better, the more competitive fight. Because Rolly just, like I said, and Ryan got power too. So Rolly having power and not being himself don't exactly put him in the driver's seat, right? Ramirez still look closer to what he is than what Rolly look. You get what I'm saying? It's crazy. Shout out to B3. What's good, Rolly? Got stopped by Pitbull. He's done. Stopped on his feet. Ramirez still has a chin in his game. Yeah, he is. Just, hey man, you see it too, bro. Seem like he don't have that same drive no more, Ramirez. And it don't seem like it's a physical thing. It seems like it's mental with him. So it's a matter of him truly getting up for this fight. And they talking about going for knockouts. So I want to see that. I want to see them go for this knockout that they talking about. He's doing white coat now. You stupid, bro. You're a fool. You are a fool, man. You are a fool. You are a fool. Let's keep rolling, man. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Can Ramirez have a Keith Thurman type performance, right? Keith Thurman turned back the clock a little bit Wednesday, right? You know what I mean? Yesterday, he turned back the clock a little bit. Can Ramirez still do it? Because he still got a chin. He's still pretty game. Not a easy guy to put away or nothing like that. So he's going to be there for the better of 12 rounds. I think he's going to be there. I don't think Haney punching power going to surprise him so much. I could be wrong, but I expect him to be there. But the question is, what is he going to do with the rounds, right? And we're going to know that very early. Within 3 to 4, you'll know. Motivate Ramirez for the Haney fight. We all know Ellie hate the Haneys, yeah, right? No, he be hating. Y'all stupid. Y'all some fools. We gonna see though, because he gonna need it, man. He gonna need it. Robert better get his man together, man. He better get his guy together, bro. He gotta get his man together, bro. Gotta get him together because he gonna have a tough one. He gonna have a tough one. Speaking of Haney and Regis was getting into it again too. Regis has some questions, man. Regis said, why he look so skinny going up to 147? When I fought him, he looked like a bodybuilder on fight night. Man, Regis said Haney looked like a bodybuilder when he fought him, bro. Said, why bro looking like a bodybuilder? Bro looking like a body. He said he looks skinny now. I think he looks skinny. No. Haney be putting in that work, bro. Putting in that work. Putting in the work. He putting in some work, man. Good for him, man. Good for him. Regis say like a bodybuilder. I don't know, man. 47 is going to be interesting, man. Let's see how quick he can make himself a player at 47, bro. Like I said, he got here a little sooner than I thought. Just a little sooner. Not much. Just a little sooner than I anticipated. And let's see if he's going to make the most of it, though. It's not going to be easy up there, man. His first test is going to be Ramirez. They both moving up at the same time. Let's see who adjusts better. You know what I'm saying? Ramirez needs some. He need to rejuvenate his career somehow. Maybe the move up helps him. We're gonna find out though. Shout out to my dog. CJ say California A love. Shout out to my dog, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. I used to stay out there with my uncle when I was younger. I used to live.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just.
Yes, I did as a youngin'. Rolly was never good. Nah, he just unpredictable and dangerous because of that punching power. Shout out to B3. What it do, man? It's 47 or 44. I mean, I think it's the catchweight. They said 144, right? But the reason I'm saying 47 because it's pretty much going to be that anyway. Like 44, pretty much welterweight. You know what I mean? And then he pretty much said he done with 40. So you can pretty much consider this guy a welterweight at this point. And I just want to see who's going to adjust better. You know what I mean? Is it going to be any layover from the Ryan fight? That's what everybody going to be looking for. Is he going to be timid? And can he take a punch? But my thing is Ramirez going to even be able to test his chin, bro? Because his feet ain't the best, bro. He might get outboxed clean. That shit might be clean, too. I'm telling you, it's going to be reminiscent of Regis a little bit in some ways. I could see it. I can see it just from a style standpoint and him not being able to close the gap and get the shots off that he need to get off. We're going to look one-dimensional. It's going to be like one-sided, probably. They're trying to turn Regis into a gatekeeper. Regis has summer fight offers on the table for Adam Azim and the UK Lean Power. Wow. You better take the Power one. If you're going to take either one, I say Power. Fight Power. Fight Power. Regis was a late bloomer, man. Regis is what's the word? He overachieved if you really look at it. You know what I'm saying? Picked up boxing late. Dude had like what, 2 jobs, I think bro told me when he first started. Regis, man, different dude, man. He definitely successful career for me. Definitely. Yeah, definitely overachiever, bro. Picked it up late. The kind of style that he got still made it to be, I always say like an in-shape street fighter dude, right? I can box. So, or he like to fight, Regis words, he like to fight. So, yeah, man, they definitely trying to, and when he say trying to turn him into a gatekeeper, obviously, because when they start tossing you to the wolves like that, that's essentially what that is. At every turn, it's a crazy name, man. It's not because they looking you out either. It's because they think you fool. Regis ain't trying to go out like Willie Lump Lump. Regis versus Matias. Hell nah. Not right now. Do my guy Regis like that. Regis ain't going out like Willie Lump Lump, y'all. My bad, y'all. I had to mute out. He was literally a personal trainer at Title Boxing Gym and worked as a warehouse job just to box. Shout out to my guy behind the hands. I told you. I see y'all ain't right yet. So whatever Regis do, I'm rocking with though, man, because he's a successful dude. He's a successful dude. But let's keep building. Smash the like button. We're gonna keep rolling, man. Regis or Frank. Frank Martin. Remember, Regis had the Duarte fight until he hurt his shoulder. Facts. He did. He damn sure did. Damn sure did. Devin Haney said, let's go. Let's go. This talking got to start. Ramirez and Robert. Man, they got their work cut out for them, though. We'll see if they got what it takes, man. Come fight night. This shit ain't going to take no time to find out what's what and who's who. Hey, man. What the hell I was looking for? Hold on. Let me find it. Where is it? So they trying to get a stoppage, man. Where is it at, man? I thought I had this in here. I can't find it.
Do you knock Haney out with a body shot or a shot upstairs?
I don't know yet.
We're gonna try to do whatever. We're gonna throw both, a body and head.
Body and head. Flyer frequency was good. We was my knock Matias the hell out. So let's talk about this for a second, y'all. My bad, y'all. I've been seeing everybody being excited about the these reports that's coming out about Frank Martin and De Los Santos. And I seen a little clip from SAMPSON. He spoke in Spanish. I got the clip in the Spoke briefly in Spanish, pretty much saying that they could be fighting each other possibly in May or something to that effect. My thing is we went through this before, and I think they had Frank Martin shot it down. I mean, look, I'll say this. He did put it out there. He did put words to it. It was in Spanish, so I don't know if y'all speak Spanish, if there's any Hispanic speaking people in here, but he got some he dropped a little clues, I guess, are just little news that's the fight for May. But like I said, I doubt it. For one, where the fight gonna happen at, what weight class? Because Frank Martin done at 35. I could have swore he said that. I don't know if De Los Santos said he was moving up, but Frank said he was moving up. So that'd be my first question. Where the fight gonna happen at? How it's gonna happen if you know what I mean? It's different weight classes. That's going to be a problem right there. Like I said, the last time they put this news out, they shot it down before. So I still don't think that it's coming to fruition. I think people are excited because it's a good matchup, right? I think it's a good matchup, but I don't think it's coming to fruition, man. Frank looked like he putting in work, but I don't know who he set to fight. You know what I mean? I don't know who he set to fight. Ellie Ramirez and Robert didn't sound so confident. Don't like the way Frank versus Edwin fight next. I'll be the only one on that boat. Yeah, man, I'm tired. It's a good fight. It's a good fight if they can fight. You know what I mean? If they can put it together, De Los Santos and Frank Martin, like that, shit, I don't see why not. It's interesting though. I wonder why people so high on De Los Santos. Because most people can't even name 2-3 guys he fought. So I just wonder why they got so high on him, why this fight excites them so much. It's a good one though, tell you that. I love to see it, but I'll play the clip that people was reacting to and responding to for everybody that's in here. Like, I don't know if anybody speak the lingo, but I think I do have the clip on hand with SAMPSON speaking about it briefly and mentioned that, they could possibly be fighting each other in May. So if that is the case, look, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I like good fights, man. I love a good fight. I love a good fight. Where is it at, man? Where is this shit?
Your dad intervened with the egg throwing and put it.
That ain't it. Something else. They was about to go on. Connor Benning, you been heating up too, man. They making me want to see that more and more. That's getting heated, man. They don't like each other. Hold on, give me a second. Let me play this little. I think I got it in here. This little clip that everybody talking about from what's his name? SAMPSON. SAMPSON said the same interview that WBO will order Xander versus Fandor versus Booker winner. Xander got to get in the mix, man. Just set it up. We're about to force a tough opponent when it comes to tank. Hold on, I think I got it in here. Hold on, there we go.
Y ahora es campeón mundial.
¿Qué pasa, Samson, con la Granada de los Santos? Tenía una pelea el 29, creo que se cayó. ¿Cuál es el presente y el futuro del dominicano?
Un futuro muy lindo va a tener. Lo más probable es que pelee con Martin, vengando a un compatriota de él. Va a pelear lo más probable en mayo con Frank Martin.
O sea que esa pelea se cayó, pero no es que se haya caído se cayó la fecha, pero sigue pendiente, o sea que está negociada.
Sí, se cayó la pelea por un problema que tuvo Edwin de los Santos, la Granada. Tuvo un coágulo de sangre en la pierna y el que sabe de eso, o consulten con los doctores, puede hasta causarle la muerte.
So, long story short, there's a possibility that fight happens. Hopefully, we don't see Frank Martin come out shortly after and say he don't know nothing about it like last time. Because I do remember we was talking about this before. And he came out and said it wasn't true. I know De Los Santos had a situation with his health going on, with the blood clots and all of that. And, that's unfortunate. So we know why he's been out of sight, out of mind for a while. So him coming back off of that situation and a loss and a bad fight, with Shakur be impressive. You get right back in there against a guy like Frank. We all respect it. It's a good fight. Next man up. Just because you lose don't mean you can't fight the next man. Frank Martin, we ain't seen him since Tank. We ain't seen Edwin since Shakur. So I want to see what he looked like. You get what I'm saying? He been out of the mix for a minute. So I think it'll be a good test for both guys. I don't know. It's one of them 50-50-ish type fights, I guess. Both got some power. De Los Santos, strong, come forward guy. He can box a bit, got some good feet. He's really young, yo. Dos Santos is 23, 24. He young, man. And you know Frank Martin to be bouncing back from his loss over Tank, and ain't no shame there. So get back on it, get back at it, and it's a good matchup. In a perfect world, if Spence and Thurman was the fight, man, that'd be a perfect co-main for that fight, wouldn't it? Yeah, them blood clots could take you up out of here, Zoom. You know, I already know. Them joints could take you up out of here. So I'm glad that you know, that situation, for what I understand, is behind him now. So he looking to get back in there and get in the mix, and that's what I like. With a name like Frank Martin, you know, it's a toss-up. Pick him, right? Pick him, fight. Frank Martin, man, he can box, though. I think a lot of people don't fully give him credit for being a damn good fighter because of the way he got knocked out. But he's doing really well in that fight up until the sleepage, until the doctor came in and administered that melatonin. He was cool. Nah, the kids be full of energy at first, you know what I mean? Until you come give them that medicine, they calm down. Next thing you know, they sleep. That fight was very reminiscent of that. You know what I'm saying? Melatonin being administered, and then it was some sleep that took place afterwards. So, you know what I mean? That's how that happened. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. A fist full of melatonin. You know what I'm saying? A little minister. Melatonin ain't never hurt nobody, you know? Ain't never hurt nobody, G. Ain't never hurt nobody, bro. Yeah, 50-50. So let's see it. Samson be saying a lot. He be putting stuff out there. Everything he say don't come to fruition, just like any other, you know, boxing suit or boxing head, whatever you want to call these people. But we'll see, man. I think the public is behind it. I think at the bare minimum, they know that people will be behind the fight. It's one that I think everybody would be interested in seeing. And to be honest, man, this makes me want to put up a poll just to see like what the boxing world thinking in terms of who they feel like will win this fight. Would it be, De Los Santos, because he's coming off a bad performance, a loss, inactivity, you know what I'm saying? He ain't fought court or what? Fought what? Would have had 2 fights since then? So, like, I don't know. I don't know what he doing. So, I mean, I don't know what he gonna look like. Should I say? I don't know. We don't know what to expect. But again, if this fight is to come to fruition, where the weight at? We seen De Los Santos in his offseason definitely looking bigger than a lightweight. Frank Martin, the last time we seen him, he clearly looked like he at 140. It even looked like he could be at 147 the way that muscle was sitting on him. So I don't know. What weight would that fight happen at? If it's at 35, I don't see it. I don't see it working out for Frank because he was cooked the last time he was at 35. And that'd be another tough weight cut. I don't see how that'll work in his favor. So the fight is at 40. It is 50-50, and I think both guys got a shot at winning. It's a pick 'em fight. I just don't know. Maybe I'll lean towards Frank. I don't know. But Frank's a damn good fighter that I think people just need to see him again against somebody else outside of Tank. And maybe see him beat him, and they'll realize the dude really got some skills. So it's a good fight for both. Thurman Spence done by the end of the stream. Yeah, we're going to get it done, man. Thurman and Spence, man. Let's get it done, man. Make the fights. Put the fight on, as they be saying, right? It'll be 140 for sure. Gotta be. Because they both easily look like they could be there. De Los Santos, too. So I wonder how long he was going to stick around, especially with the inactivity and just being on the sideline. Like, finding your way up 5 more pounds or so, probably not a stretch. So, yeah, if this happened at 140, look, like I said, look, it's a pick 'em fight. I think it could go either way. But it's whoever you like in the fight, man. I lean towards Frank because of the activity, him being able to be a little more active than, De Los Santos. Like, he ain't did nothing outside of fighting core. And then that's the main reason why people are even, like, I think, looking at him as a dangerous guy, obviously, man. They talk more about how bad that fight looked than the fight he looked good against Rayo. So, I don't know. I'll just say Frank better be smart, be sharp, though. Don't get clipped, though, because he get clipped by that guy. He going to go all in. You know what I mean? De Los Santos gets you hurt, he going to go for it. Going to knock Frank out cut. He was good with it. Look, it's possible. They could definitely got the power to hurt each other. And it could it's one of them fights that can go either way. Go either way. It can go either way, man. It's just, I think Frank can box though, man. So, and I feel like power won't be the, he got power of his own that he dealing with. That Santos had to be cautious of. Don't slip, man. Frank could catch you. He got some good punch placement and shit too, man. Dude really could fight, man. But I think he needed to be up at 140 anyway, because he just naturally carried that muscle. He needed to be up. 135 is no longer for him. He said Santos punch harder than Tank. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he did, though. I just think I always said, even Tank could tell you it ain't just power with him. Like it's a combination of shit that he got it naturally, right? And it's natural with him. I don't feel like he has to load up to really be able to hurt you. So, but now Santos, like, he got some real good power too. Seen the way he had Rio drunk, and that was after getting dropped. So, yeah, dude really could punch. That's why I want to see him back in the ring. I hate the fact that he was inactive for that long, but I know why now, and it's unfortunate. It was health reasons, but hopefully, like I said, they got out in front of that, and now he back in a situation where he can make fights. That's what I want to see for him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to De Los Santos. I mean, let's see if he able to go out there and give Frank Martin a loss, or if they even put this fight together. So let's see it. Let's see it, bro. Let's see it, people. Let's keep rolling, man. Something I seen Edgar Berlanga, man. They asked him a question. You know how they be asking the fighters about the other guys in the division, man. And he kind of dissed 168, man. Edgar went in on 168. And I ain't like it. I ain't like what he was talking. Let's keep rolling.
Let's start off with Caleb Plant. Trash. Honey McGear. Trash. Diego Pacheco. Super trash. William Skull. Dirt. Christian Mbili. Trash. Canelo Alvarez. Legend. Jonathan Gonzalez Ortiz. Legend. Nah, trash. And finally, Edgar Berlanga. Super legend.
He called himself a super legend. He called Caleb Plant trash. Diego Pacheco super trash. William Skull dirt. He just shitted on 168, man. I want to see him in. He said 168 Rolly for sure. I don't dislike Berlanga. I think he boxed a little bit better than what people give him credit for. They just don't like him. I think the knockouts was a gift and a curse. He kept getting all those knockouts. People expected it. When they stopped, it was a bit of an adjustment period for him. And it seemed like in that amount of time, people stopped liking him. He bit somebody. Yeah, and then he called Caleb Plant trash. Hey, Aisha, that's the fight. I was just about to get to it. Caleb Plant is by far one of the most talented fighters in boxing to me. And it is by far, yo. Yeah, he might have some deficiencies. Everybody got flaws. That dude can fight. That dude really can throw down. However you want to see, he can scrap, he can rumble. You get what I'm saying? Like, he got it. He got hands. Like, Caleb really could fight, bro. Ain't nothing trash about Caleb Plant. Like, I get it, y'all not liking people, but you got to be real. And when you can't be real, I don't like it. You call Caleb Plant trash is like, just tell me you never seen him fight. Because that's possibly the only way you could associate his name with trash. I'm being serious. Like, it don't take long to watch Caleb Plant to realize that man really can fight in there. He really can scrap. Smart dude. He can fight, man. Know his way around the ring, bro. Hell of a boxer, man. I don't know what the hell Berlanga was talking about. He just on some Hollywood stuff. I don't know. I don't know what he on. Maybe that's just his opinion. He entitled to it. But, man, that ain't real. Canelo, the only legend. You get what I'm saying? Now, I get, what's the name? Caleb Plant got knocked out against Canelo, but that was the last knockout he had. Canelo was a little different still then. You went in there and lost every single round, got knocked down. The only reason you didn't get knocked out, in my opinion, is because you were so much bigger. Right? If you were the same size Caleb Plant was coming into that fight, I think you probably got slept to. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I just don't see nothing Caleb Plant does is trash. I think that's one of the most talented fighters in all of boxing. I mean that. Like, I don't think people understand at that level how many other fighters that they're better than before you can even think about calling him trash. Still a world-class top fighter to me. He not the kind of guy that's gonna go in there and get beat by some run-of-the-mill fighter. Look who Caleb Plant losses to. He lost to Canelo Alvarez, no shame there. Benavidez, no shame there. You get what I'm saying? Like the dude is different, man. Caleb Plant different. It's gonna take a real fighter to beat him. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Ain't no running the mills getting in there beating that dude unless you get lucky, because Caleb Plant really can box. Smart dude, man. It's a really smart dude, man. Marquis was good, bro. Guys that yeah, right, B-Dog. All the guys that have beat him, bro. You gonna trash every fighter, bro. Like, damn. But it's his opinion. But these dudes ain't no trash, man. I really like Caleb Plant. Like, throughout the years, that dude grown to be one of the more entertaining fighters for me. And despite knockouts or not, because how he boxed, that dude is smart and he can really put it together in there. He really can put it together in there. Really can put it together. That's a smart dude, man. Charlo still haven't got that. Oh, got it slapped. Yeah, man, I don't know what's up with Charlo. Zoom, shout out to my dog Zoom. Pardon me if I ain't say what's up to. Plant was winning that first half of the fight. That gas tank failed him for sure. For sure. If he could have duplicated what he did in the first half and the second, definitely a different conversation. I definitely think he beats Benavidez. You know what I mean? But credit to Benavidez for being the kind of dog that he is, and he only getting better. And I hope they make that Bivol fight. I really hope we get that for boxing. I think it's a great fight for boxing, and we need it. Don't mess with Texas. What it do, homie? What's good? I like the Plant. We'll make him an honorary member of AMC. Shout out to Marquis. Hey, man, I rock with Plant, bro. I rock with Caleb. Caleb is a good guy, man. He's a good guy. So let's see what happens for him. Like, hopefully we see him sooner than later, man. I just felt like I wish he would have got a follow-up fight after beating up what was his name? Damn, I forgot the dude he just beat up and stopped. This school teacher guy, the athletic gym teacher guy that he just beat. Trevor McCumbee, was it McCumbee? I think it was Trevor McCumbee that he beat up. But yeah, I just want to see him back in there. I know once you get at a certain level, we ain't gonna see these guys 3 times a year like that. But hopefully we see Caleb Plant back sooner than later, man. That dude is really talented, and he switched it up. He showed you that he got something with him, because a guy that's typically looked at as a pure boxer got in there. He got in the trenches and mixed it up with a dude that many thought wasn't supposed to be in there with him, and he found a way to stop him. That was impressive too. Shout out to Caleb Plant. Big shout out to Caleb Plant. He got caught with some shots too, man. Weathered that, but got that guy up out of there. Yeah, man. Made them adjustments. It's like he chose to do it. He's like, you know what? I'm not gonna box with this dude all night. I'm about to get in here and fight. And it was just impressive. Yo, Caleb Plant really liked that, man. He don't get enough respect. I don't know what it is, but he don't get enough respect. And I hate the fact that, when we see people lose, we don't even say how they competed when they lost. Who was it that they lost to? We just, we crucify them for the loss. And I think that's weak. Caleb Plant is one of the best fighters in boxing to me. I'm standing on that. That man can fight. Shout out to Jordan Plant too, because she do a great job. Asking questions, commentating, all that stuff. Man, Plant showed you something special in that last one, man. He showed you a different wrinkle to his game, a whole different element, something he don't usually show you, man. It was impressive to see. Impressive, man. Impressive, Caleb. Let's keep rolling, y'all. I want to something else I wanted to talk about real quick too, man. I seen Egis, what was his name? Egis Klimas. Shout out to YSM. Egis Klimas answering some questions today and talking about Loma. Man, I think I would love for them to be a little more straightforward as whether or not, Loma coming back. Is he, but maybe it's still up in the air for them as well. But last thing I would hate is to see him come back and just fight another lesser guy or somebody that he's expected to beat. If he gonna do that, it's gonna kind of piss me off. So I would like to know what's going on. But Egis Klimas was giving his thoughts on Tank and Shakur's opponents. I'm gonna play y'all what he said. How you come back? Yeah, it's how you bounce back after that loss, man. Gotta bounce back after that loss. Berlanga talking smack while being Ammo Williams co-main nasty. Where you know how that go. Got to humble him. Jordan Plant interview. Rolly after the Pitbull fight was weird, but other than that, she's good. Right? Yeah, I might have missed that one, Dub. Yeah, I might have missed that one, Dub. But yeah, I like Jordan Plant. Noma might be in that gym, hopefully. Shit, with that back, man, he might be out the mix with that back, bro. You get me? That back, Loma got back issues, man. He might be out the mix. Loma ass might be out the mix, y'all. We're gonna see. It's getting a little dark now, man. So, yes, sir, is my number 2. Yeah, man, but we'll see. I mean, because them back injuries take guys up out of here, bro. Them back injuries take guys up out of there. Dudes don't last long, man. You don't stick around too long, like, scot-free without no when you start having issues with the back, bro. Start having issues with that back, you in trouble. Plant had Canelo, bro. Plant definitely pushed Canelo, man. Little minor mistakes at the end, man. Little critical errors toward the end of the fight that cost him. That Canelo was able to take advantage of being a vet like he is. He was able to really swing the fight in his favor by making some adjustments with his punch placement. And he was spot on with his punch placement. He caught my guy high on the head, man. Shook him up. But let me play this from Egis Klimas. Let's listen to what he was saying.
Is that the number 1 fight that you would want? Would it be a Gervonta, or do you think it's more likely like a Shakur? What do you think?
What is a Shakur and what is a Tank?
Okay, when you did that, are you talking just the financial standpoint, or do you mean like a skill set?
Skill and financial.
So, okay, financial, I think everybody would agree with you. Yeah. But you think Gervonta's skills are way better than Shakur's, though?
He's a much better fighter, I think, my way. He's a upcoming fighter. Shakur, I'm not going to take anything from Shakur. Shakur is a very good fighter.
Ain't no upcoming fighter, dude. The hell you talking about?
He goes in the shell, he walks away, he runs away. Tank comes to fight.
He says Shakur goes in the shell and runs away.
Much more interesting.
Intriguing, also more dangerous, though.
That's what makes interesting. That's what makes fans interesting.
For sure, 100%. Do you consider Gervonta the best guy at 135, not including Lomachenko?
Right now, full Lomachenko would be the best opponent to fight. That's a Tank.
Shout out to YSM. So he said, Tank is the most dangerous fight for him, or the best fight to make for Loma. We already know. That's why we figured Jarvis was going to take that fight. But he said Shakur just shell up and run away. Maybe that's why y'all turned him down for what was reported to be a career high and a vacant title shot. But nonetheless, everybody always got their opinions on stuff. But I just wish they'd get more clarity as to whether or not he's coming back. But like I said, maybe they don't know. Maybe it's touch and go for them. But it's a little disappointing, right, if he retired and neither one of them got the chance to fight him, neither Shakur or Tank. Kind of sucked, but it's boxing for you, man. The dude is a little longer in the tooth. He's getting up there in age, but the timing of it couldn't be worse, right? This dude actually won a title. And then sat on the sideline with this stuff. So I'm pretty sure the back issues ain't just start after you won the title. They probably was already there. So that's the only confusion on my side for me when it comes to Loma. Like, I get it. I can't tell you not to go make no money, not to go take a fight that's you deem winnable for you in Cambosis. I can't be mad at that, right? But I think just holding on to the title and, nothing going on. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure they got a plan. They probably know what's going on with Loma. They probably figure dude going to retire and ride off into the sunset somewhere, right? So if he had a successful career, he did his thing. didn't fight as long professionally as you would have thought, but again, he stayed in the amateur game pretty damn long. So I think he shortened his time as a professional because of that. You know, that extended period of time in the amateur ranks, winning that gold medal, winning gold medals and shit. So Darker was crazy. Yeah, that was nasty work. Damn, and let him slide. But I try not to get into it too much, but I still been trying to look for the fights that I should go watch that'll show me that, you know, Shakur be running. I still to this day, I've been asking for at least 2 years now, and I still can't get no answers as to what fights I'm supposed to watch. So, you know what I'm saying? It's wild. Getting a draw. Roach doesn't convince me you can't beat even the Dos Santos, let alone Shakur. Shakur's a special talent, man. They're going to learn it. They'll learn it. And I think he's at the point where it needs to be showcased against other top-tier talent. That's the only way it could be truly appreciated, right? You know what I mean? Some of the way he beat these guys, if those are the top-tier guys that he's beating that way, I think people have more of an understanding or more of an appreciation for it. You know what I'm saying? I think, if it's against people that are deemed not on his level and that's what he getting, then, you know, people want to just sit back and complain. But it's harder to complain when it's against the absolute best that your division has to offer. That's the problem. So, you know what I mean? Anything less is people going to always complain. Yeah, they definitely call for it to run. You know how that go. R. Stokes, what it do, homie? Shakur be running. Some pros don't even know the sweet signs of boxing. Yeah, they be tripping. I think at this point, it's when you say that, you gotta that's a shot to me. Like, you definitely slighting them because it's not true. It's really not true. It's crazy that narratives in boxing grow that don't be true. All you gotta do is just watch the fights and you'll be like, oh shit, like damn. You know, it's crazy when you make people eat their words in real time. When they say something and you prove them wrong, and they gotta kind of accept the fact that they just been pushing narratives for years that have been wrong. Not on this level and not fighting them. Yeah, that's not gonna work. And they shouldn't be saying on one end they want to fight them and then saying they don't need them, right? Just to keep it fair all around the board. I don't like Tank saying they not on their level without fighting them. I don't like them dudes saying his name, multiple interviews talking about fighting them, and then turning around saying, oh, I don't need them, no. Nah, I don't want to hear that shit. You want to fight. Let's see the fight. So shout out to boxing. Shout out to all of them, man. But one more thing I wanted to bring up, man, because I'm hearing that this rematch is on the way. Lamont Roach he made his little, I don't want to say little, that's a force of habit. He made his runs, you know, his media run. One of the people that he stopped to talk to, I believe it was Stephen A. Smith. And he had told Stephen A. Smith this.
But I look at you and I say, you could beat Devin Haney. You know, I'd love to see you against Shakur Stevenson. I mean, Teofimo Lopez at 140. I mean, Lamont Roach is on the map right now. You understand? That's where I'm at. And in the lightweight division and in that area, junior welterweight, lightweight division, I don't want to hear anybody talking about anybody else without your name being in the mix. That's official right now. So is the rematch with Gervonta Davis your top priority, or is it something else?
The rematch is definitely my top priority. And it's close to being a done deal, just to let you guys know. We're in talks, so I don't want anybody to say, oh, I'm ducking a rematch or anything like that. That's my top priority. So if we don't fight, it's something on their end. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. If we don't fight, it's something on their end. My first contract had a rematch clause in it.
So y'all seen that little short clip. He letting it be known. Look, we don't fight, it's something on their end. So look, that's cool because I think both guys want to fight for obvious reasons. He's just letting it be known from his end. Everything he could have done as a fighter, he's done already. He's taking care of his side of things. Now he's gonna be looking to, announce and possibly assume maybe a date. I heard a date. I'm not even gonna throw a date out there until they throw one out there and confirm it. But I was hearing somewhere towards the end of May. You did hear Tank say that to him as well. So maybe I thought that was a little soon. So that's why I won't report on that. I'll just wait for more facts, details to come out. But look, it's a rematch that everybody want to see for obvious reasons. It was one of those fights. It was close. It was back and forth and some controversy. every reason to say a rematch. So shout out to both teams. Hopefully they get it done. Both guys make even more money this time and more people buy the fight this time. But what I'm truly interested in seeing, I ain't gonna lie, is the rematch, but I'm interested to see where guys go after this too. I want to see where dudes go. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog. A, man, what's good, A? What's good with you? But we'll see, man. Rematch talks have been going on long enough. A lot of back and forth. People giving their different thoughts. You know, people done broke this fight down so many different ways. Had me watching this fight multiple times. Just watched it again the other day. It's always going to be a great fight, close fight, a competitive fight, and that's why you need to see another one. So I think they'll both give us another one, and may the best man win. And then on to the next. Right, 704 Joe, what it do, homie? How you feeling? People saying that the fight need to stop saying this. I need to stop saying that. Yeah, they can see it. They let them talk. Let them talk their stuff, man. Let them talk their stuff, man. So, yeah, man. But let's see this fight. Reign of peace to the queen. How you feeling? Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you stopping through. Let's see the fight. Let's see where they go from there. And I want to see may the best, like I said, may the best man win, bro. May the best man win. Ain't got a dog in the race. I lean towards Tank pulling it off again. And that's just where I'm at with it. But overall, I think it's a great fight. And we're gonna sit back and enjoy it. Shout out to Key one-time Thurman. He did his thing yesterday. My dog, A. Shout out to my Raina. How you feeling, Queen? And did his thing yesterday. Did he turn back the hands of time? Yeah, he did a little bit. It was good to see him knock somebody out, right? It's good to see Keith Thurman walk up out of there with his hand raised due to a knockout. So I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed the knockout from him. Liked it. Solid card. On to the next. But like I said, I think I would hope in a perfect world, Errol Spence, if he is still coming back to the sport, he at least strongly considers fighting a guy like Keith Thurman. I think that would make a lot of sense right now. Who am I? But look, it's a good fight. I don't think he's above no opportunities. I feel like it make more sense now than it ever did, right? So we'll see. Y'all stupid, man. Y'all stupid, man. But shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate the fam rocking out, man. I'm going to cut out early a little bit. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button, man. And we're going to keep building, man. We'll be back tomorrow to build on this boxing as always. Just wanted to make sure I gave Keith Thurman his just due, man. He's a prime example of why you don't count people out. The fact that he kept himself conditioned, stayed down, through all them injuries, right? He could have given up on himself, quit. He could have did a lot, right? Shout out to Lewis. He could have did a lot, quit, and just said the hell with it. But, people said he should have been retired. Too injury prone. He ain't going to get back in the ring, X, Y, and Z. So just to see him not only make it through a whole training camp without getting hurt, to be able to make the ring walk, get in there, and then be successful to the point where he got a knockout, something that's avoided him for, since 2014. Like I said, you got to love that for him. So shout out to Keith. He looked good at 54. Think he got a couple more. I think he got he got some more fights to offer us, man. He said he got a few more years. So let's see it. Maybe he do. 36. He look like he pretty preserved. Maybe he can stick around a little bit, hang around, and give some more good fights. But like I said, him and Spence is gonna always make sense as long as nobody else take a loss in between. I think it's a great fight. But if they don't fight, then it is what it is. It's boxing. Shout out to them both. But again, we just gave boxing its just due, how we always do. And with that, man, much love to the family, the queens, Arena. Shout out to the queen, Lisa, Aisha. Peace to the queen. Much love to y'all. I appreciate all the continued support. Shout out to everybody in the Super Chat Cash App. Much love to y'all. And tap back in tomorrow, 4 p.m. We're going to build on this boxing again. So with that, we up out of here, y'all. Peace to the fam.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes. Got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it. This channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word him up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
Shout out to my dog. Hey, appreciate you, bro. Much love to the family. Enjoy the rest of this Wednesday. And we be back tomorrow, Friday, to close the week out strong, y'all. Much love. And we out.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am